said would happen.
But that 3 or 4 hours.
He
sheer reloading.
He is real bad about. I'll be back in a minute, and then like an hour later, you're like, Dave,
Were you coach?
Dave. Huh?
You were coach, right?
I don't know what
In
you're
the,
talking about.
in the game.
Rochelle.
For Alice, Nick,
What are you talking?
you didn't even play the game.
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh no!
One of the greatest games ever created.
It was in the middle of a game. We just ran around murdering zombies.
That's why I said
That's what the game is.
Yeah.
But like I said, I was like, I'm not gonna pay $5 for this game and then never play it again.
I think you should get on Steam and buy.
We paid $5 for that Burger King Pocket Bike Racer. Remember?
I still have that to this day.
Wait, do you?
Yeah.
What is it?
Pocket King Race.
Pocket Bike Racer was like a Burger King Mario Kart game that they came out with. It was like $5.
It was fun.
Yeah, see, you know.
I remember
I had
when I
all
went in
of them. Yeah, that must
GameStop
have been
and
an area
I'm like,
only
you probably
thing,
don't
'cause I
have it.
never
He's
heard
like,
of
oh, we
it.
got it right here for like 59 cents or something.
Yeah.
It was.
There's so many copies of that.
Let me get
GameStop.
that. I told him I've been searching everywhere for this game.
Played it for 5 minutes. Like, all right, that was great.
That was worth that 5 minutes, though. Well worth it.
All right, are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, session 5, Curse of Strahd.
Need my good buck. That's my good buck.
We're gonna recap. So let's see what happened. You guys left Barovia, the village of Barovia. All right, after burying the Burgomaster, and you brought Irina with you in the plan to head out to Vallaki, to a safer place for Irina. Happened along the way, you guys were attacked by a group of like hideous scarecrows that came out of the cornfield. You managed to go off the main road onto a muddy trail that led right to this encampment. Looks like a Vistani encampment. You guys sat around. You were invited to have some drinks, a nice little meal, and then you were motioned to come inside Madam Eva's tent. And that's where we're going to pick it up. So, you guys remember this encampment has I don't know, 6 or so small tents, a bunch of barrel-topped wagons around. This is on the edge of a small lake, like more of a pond, I guess you'd say, where the river flows into it. This large tent is right down by the river's edge, or the pond's edge. And you guys walk in, and as soon as you walk in, magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of the tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the old crone speaks, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived! And cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. So, as you enter, she motions for you. Come, please, sit at the table. What I don't remember is, was Irina was coming in with you, or was she staying outside?
Yeah, we kept her with us.
Yeah.
She was with you guys.
Yep.
She had a disguise kit on. But anyway, so is she coming into the tent with you guys?
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that why she put the disguise on to go in with us?
Yeah, because it seems there's 2 factions of the Vistani, so we don't know which faction this one is.
Right, so as you guys enter, she motions you guys, sit, and she starts looking around at you guys. You see her, she's got these colorful, like scarves, like many of them wrapped around. She's old, she's, very wrinkled, and she's got this hunch to her, but a bunch of gold chains, and she looks over and she says, Oren Graveward, the young cleric of Kalimvor, coming into his own while search of his kin. She looks over. Dar, the seasoned wolf hunter, famed hero of Swallow Hollow, with the weight of his people on his shoulders. And, young Felina Featherstone, the strong woman with a vengeance from no place to call her home. Oh, and Connor, the young man from a noble birthright. Drawn to the shadow he is. Please, be at ease, friends. Let me tell you your fortunes before we converse more. Can I read your fortunes?
Yeah.
And you see her like grab a deck of cards that are kind of rough-looking old cards, and she starts shuffling them in front of you. And you see her kind of like hunch over, and she starts shuffling these cards. And while she's doing that, she says, "The Chiroka will guide you." And she puts down the first card, flips it over. The Traitor. This card tells of history, knowledge of the ancients. It will help you better understand your enemy. Look for a wealthy woman, a staunch of the devil. She keeps the treasure under lock and key with the bones of an ancient enemy.
So whose fortune is she reading right now? Everybody's at the same time as a group?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she flips over a second card. I see the Traitor. This card, this tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. Look to the Wizard of Wines. In wood and sand, the treasure hides.
Can't write this fast. I can give you guys this information after.
And she flips over the next card. The Philanthropist. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of sunlight. Look to a place where sickness and madness are bred, where children once cried. The treasure lies here. And she flips over the next card. The artifacts. Interesting. This card will shed light on one who will help you in your great battle against the darkness. Look for an entertaining man with a monkey. This man is more than he seems. And finally, the Beast. Your enemy is a creature of darkness, whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him. The Beast sits on his dark throne. And now, you probably are asking yourselves, how do I know you? I came to you, each of you, in your dreams. Our fates are intertwined. Would you like me to tell you about the readings that you have already been given?
Yes.
Warren Graveward, the Abjurer. I see a fallen house, guarded by a great stone dragon. Look to the highest peak. Felina. From you I sense the horseman. I see a man of death who rests among horses. Beware the horseman, for he has a rotten soul.
Dar fumbles through his loincloth. A couple gold pieces fall out, and the card.
Dar, the Myrmidon. Look for a den of wolves in the hills, overlooking a mountain lake. The treasure you seek belongs to Mother Night. and young Connor. For you, I sense the hooded one. Very interesting card indeed. I see a faceless god. He awaits you at the end of a long winding road, deep in the mountains. Now I hope this information will help you. And help you travel through this land and whatever quest that you may endeavor. For all of our freedom may very well rest upon your shoulders. For evil is in this land. But sometimes the lines between good and evil are very blurred. What else brings you here, my friends?
Dar just pipes right up and says, "I'm looking for the lady with the meat pies."
Oh, the lady with the meat pies. You speak of Morgantha. The Vistani do not go near her, but she does live west of here.
Are we heading west?
My stomach
Yeah.
starts growling.
Taurus looks a little excited. Do you just say Victoria?
Oh,
Orin.
I'm not the only one.
Well, it's probably because you two won't drop the Vitoris.
Well, bring me into
If you look at
this.
the top of your new character sheet, it says Taurus.
Like you.
For your actual name.
It does. Did you do that?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, he studied yours.
Orin Grave War character name is
Player name.
Batora. Real nice.
That is nice. I respect
I didn't
that.
realize you can make changes.
You do it all
I'm
the
the
time.
DM, I can do what I want.
Touche.
So she sits down, she says, "Now, I hope that the Vistani hospitality has been very welcoming to you."
So far, yes.
Okay.
We'll have to rewatch the beginning of this to get all that written down.
Do you have any other questions for me before you venture forth?
Yes, why is a faceless guy waiting?
That is your fate alone. I do not know. I just interpret the cards.
You said we're intertwined. How are we intertwined?
Ah, I'm glad you asked that. So, as you know, in this land, we are all prisoners here, for the most part. Our dreadlord and master, Strahd he rules over the land, and at one time, he was a good man. But through the centuries, he has grown quite cold and has oppressed this area. Now, yes, I do serve my master. It is me, as I, who aided in bringing you here for his enjoyment. But at the same time, I saw something within each of you that will help release us all from this curse. This curse of Strahd. Oh.
You've been waiting
He
for
said
that, haven't
it.
you?
He said it.
So then my question is, did you write? Now I gotta find all the letters. So that's not him. Well, that's actually him. So are one of these yours handwriting? And I'll hand her the two similar letters, but then because we know one of them isn't the burgomaster.
Oh, no. This is not my handwriting. One is the handwriting of Edigal. The other is for Kolyan Indirovich, the burgomaster. And at that point, Irina kind of looks a little sad. And Madam Eva looks at her and goes, "Oh, I apologize. I did not know."
Edigal?
Edigal. Is there something you'd like to say to me, Dar?
No.
You good, buddy?
I just got in my head about something that made me laugh.
Well, you want to share it with the rest of us? You're gonna keep that thought inside.
I'm just gonna keep it to myself. It was something John said about the burgomaster and something I was gonna say but didn't say. Still made me laugh.
Do we know who Adigal is?
There we go.
Arigal?
You guys don't know who he is?
I don't think so.
Arigal? Is that the brother that got killed by?
Arigal is one of us. He is a Vistani. Now, many of the Vistani are they hold much higher allegiance to Strahd than others. We all do his bidding, but
He's the one we took the cart right from the bar.
some of us.
Who's that?
Or you-
No, yeah, you
I was
were
gonna say, I don't remember this name.
you were brought in a different way than the way that they were brought in.
Gotcha.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Okay.
Yeah, you weren't drugged and
He's the one that took us from the bar to the original encampment.
Yep. I got it written down. I just didn't look through my notes.
Arigal
Ringing a bell.
does not live in this camp. He's an interesting young man. He has a sharp beard and mustache. Very strong-willed man, but he might be a very close servant to Strahd. Any other questions that I can help you with before you leave me?
How many Vistani?
Oh, son, there's many of us.
Let me finish. Lady. How many Vistani wish to see Strahd gone?
Oh, I don't know about wish to see him gone. We wish the best of our dreadlord and master. We would like to see this curse broken, so we may all leave this oppression freely, including himself. You see, Strahd cannot leave here forever. The dark powers have cursed him in this land as a prison.
Any idea how to break the curse?
Ah, very interesting. That is where adventurers like yourselves come in.
Dar just interrupts and says, champions.
Ah, yes, Dar. This is why I selected you. A great champion of people.
You were saying how we were breaking the curse.
I do not know. But this land has many secrets, many mysteries. Perhaps following your fate and following the Taroka readings will guide you to breaking this curse.
The mountains that you speak of for me, are they these mountains around us?
Oh, we are surrounded by mountains, so I do not have any specifics. I only interpret the cards.
I got specific. Cool.
Mine's pretty vague.
Well, it'd probably help if I finished writing. Curiosity's sake, what is the highest peak in the land?
The highest peak. There are two mountains, Mount Baratak and Mount Gakis. believe that
Baratok and what?
Mount Gakis. Mount Baratok is the larger mountain you probably have seen on your travels through here, with its beautiful, majestic snows at the top.
Is that where the fog comes from?
Oh, this fog has been here since the dark powers have entrapped us all. It is a magical fog.
How long have you guys been stuck like this in the fog?
Oh, centuries.
So how old are you?
No, you never ask a woman's age.
It's true.
Well, forgive me. I lack those kind of
Manners?
manners.
Understandable.
Still learning, of course.
Now the horsemen, you say among horses. Any idea where we would find horses? Groups of horses?
I do not know, dearie, but there are several towns in Barovia.
Okay.
You ever heard of Raxor the Abominable?
I'm sorry, but I have not. He or she has not come through this camp. I have seen many adventurers, quite like yourselves, come through here.
We saw,
Dar interrupts her and says, champions.
However, I've only seen them once, and never seen them again.
we saw a parade of dead in front of
Ah, yes.
Castle.
The March of the Damned. Every night.
They come from all over?
I do not know. Earlier in my years, I have traveled further west, but mostly I've only seen them in Barovia, in the village.
How big is Barovia?
Well, it's a fairly large land. It's got these massive mountains that are all part of this region. And the whole valley to the west. It's bigger than you think.
Now the night I had my strange dream when my card appeared, I had dreamed about my friend Vera. Do you know anything of that?
I'm not sure about your personal life.
Okay.
Only bits and pieces that I get that the fate allows me to just see glimpses and pictures and pieces of who you are. It's from those pictures I saw a great strength in you, that I knew you could be somebody to help us break the curse.
Got it.
Do the Vistani, are they all over Barovia?
Oh, yes.
What do you guys do? Travel from place to place?
Yes, we are travelers, we are merchants, we are hunters, we are a lively people.
I have noticed. So far, they have been very lovely.
Oh, well, thank you.
Are there any kidnappers amongst the
So, the Vistani, they work for Strahd, so.
So yes. That's how we're here.
Like the argument wouldn't necessarily kidnap, so I would have thrown in the back of the coach. But
Well, we
Well, we were drugged and then dragged to this land.
Oren had a lot of wine that night.
So it sounds like we have the best idea of where to go for him.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna check these mountains.
And maybe yours, it'll be on the way.
Or his will be the other mountain.
Could be.
I'll have to,
we have to find
Cave.
Cave with lair wolves.
why do you like wolves so much?
I love wolves. As I take my silver brush out and start brushing my wolf pelt on my shoulder slowly, and
Did you actually get this brush from this game?
I did. I got it from that mansion. I think it was the little girl's brush, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was just giving you a hard time, that's all. Well, I feel that we have intruded upon your hospitality enough. We will carry on westward.
Thank you for your reading.
Of course. Be safe. It was a pleasure to meet all of you.
Pleasure to meet you.
I want to just reach over and give the crystal ball a little rub.
And as you do that, she goes,
And I
this is like a cat.
back off and get out of there. It was more curiosity of not ever seeing a crystal ball before.
What time of day is it?
So you guys are there, and it's only afternoon. This camp.
We have enough time to reach Vallaki, right?
Yeah, you have a few hours. Yep. Because it's only another 3 to 4 hour walk, and I think it was like 2-3 o'clock. So you guys will get there just as it's getting dark, probably.
Well, I'm gonna step out of town, turn east, and just start walking.
It's the wrong direction, but you do you.
Dar has no sense of direction.
I'm gonna let him get like 40, 50 feet away before I'm like, Dar, wrong way.
All right, so you guys leave the tent and you're back in the Vistani camp.
Yep.
All right, so at the camp itself, you look and you see there's a path, the muddy path that goes back, and it kind of meanders like away from the water back towards the main road. And then you also see there's a footpath that kind of leads up through the trees and it kind of follows along the river. And then there's still like the path that leads back to the main road behind you.
So off road or on the road?
Because I failed to mention last time is where you guys were following down the main Vallaki road. You come across the footpath, the muddy footpath that was just off the trail of where that clearing was, where the encampment was, in the lake.
Downside the off road would be it might take us longer. We might not actually get to Vallaki. Whereas the road probably be able to travel along quicker.
What are we going to Vallaki for? Just to make her safe?
Yep.
Well, she's not going to be any safer than she is with Dar, just so you know.
Still doesn't answer the question. Off road or by the road?
Probably by the road. Because if we
I have no sense of
take
direction.
off road, there's a chance we won't make it. If we go back to the main road, we'll pretty much make it. And either way, we'll probably be attacked because
It's
we've
gonna happen.
always been attacked. So we might have a slightly higher chance off road to get attacked.
So we're damned either way, basically.
Exactly.
I think you can get attacked either way. It's just the question is how rough does the. You know what? I'll ask one of the Vistani.
Okay.
How bad is the off road trail?
Oh, so you talk to the guy. He goes, "The trail over there. It just leads you up to the bottom of the canyon. You can see the road. The main Vallaki road is just up ahead, about 1,000 feet up on top of the canyon.
Where's that road go?
The Vallaki road that leads west all the way to Vallaki and all the way to Lake Zarevich, all the way to Krezuk.
That was the main road we were following.
Is that like a shortcut?
It's a shortcut, but if you could climb the 1,000-foot slippery rocks mountainside, then it's definitely a shortcut. But I do not recommend it unless you are some kind of superhero, powerful guy. Yeah.
The road it is.
Yep.
That's the canyon.
So
Against it.
it's mid-afternoon. You still see like people are all drinking. There's a guy out there. He's playing the accordion. They're all kind of dancing and still having a good time. Fire's roaring, and they just mentioned to you. Well, whatever you do, just be careful at nighttime. You do not want to be on this Vallaki road at night. Very dangerous.
So if we're not to Vallaki yet, we'd be better off in the woods.
Oh, lots of scary things are in the woods too, my friend. Best to be someplace safe indoors at nighttime.
Okay, so run.
I'm talking about running for like 2 or 3 hours.
We're adventurers, we could do it.
Can she? I'll point to Irina.
It doesn't matter. We got Tar.
I'll carry her if I got it.
Say it.
If I'm not busy carrying you, of course.
That's a fair point.
Why you gotta do that to me? Thought we were friends.
We're friends.
Did you want to take another nap or something?
Why you got pie?
No.
I pipe up as soon as I hear that word pie.
No. Orin looks very disappointed when you say you don't have another pie. Well, I guess we should get on the road. Double time it.
Yep.
Let's roll.
Brisk pace.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are gonna take the path back towards the main road.
You were hopeful we were just gonna look at 1,000-foot cliff. Like, well, this was a waste of time.
Yeah. I don't know where you guys are gonna go. This is completely up to you now. So at this point, it's nice. This is the first afternoon, and all of a sudden, you guys are start walking, and you're feeling the this new breath of fresh air. It's like you just have this card reading. All of a sudden, you look up, and momentarily, the clouds start lifting a little bit. This is the first real. You don't see the sun still, but it's almost there. Like you feel like this is the sunniest day, sunniest afternoon so far that you've been here. So far, this is your second, third day in Barovia. And you feel good about this, almost like you're meant to be taking this path. This is a clear sign that you're on the right track. A couple hours down the road, probably about an hour and a half or so. You're about what you can figure about halfway to Vallaki. You come to a fork in the road. So now, the main road follows. Let me back this up. So you guys follow up, you go off the trail, you go across this bridge, right? This is the bridge that you saw from the bottom, that you heard about from the bottom of the pool. This is a 1,000-foot bridge. You walk across it, it's got these old gargoyle statues. This is like an ancient looking bridge. It's stone, it's reasonably well maintained. There's plenty of carriage tracks and stuff. You cross over that, you come to a fork in the road. The main road continues going about northwest. You see a small road jutting off to the left, more west. What you do see from this, you see some footprints and what looks like a singular tire track leading on this trail.
Is there any signposts or anything?
There is a signpost, but it looks like whatever was there has been so deteriorated and rotten. Whatever the name of this road was, it's unreadable at this point.
So is it more it's not a road, it's more like a trail that goes off?
Yeah, it's not like a main road like what you're on. This is a little bit smaller of a road that leads to the west. And like I said, there's footprints, and you see what looks like a rut, like a singular rut.
Like it would be from a cart,
Like a
or
cart.
a wheelbarrow or something.
Yeah.
Stay on the main road, right? Because I would think that's
Exactly.
taking us where we want to go.
Yeah, I would. Irina's safety is paramount in this right now, so let's just stay on the main road. We can come back to this if we want to.
Okay. While you're doing that, who's got the highest perception?
Passive?
Passive.
I've got
Orin.
15.
10.
So Orin, you're standing there, and all of a sudden you catch a whiff. In the air, almost smells like a little bit of campfire, then mixed with something different. Something sweet, something tasty, something savory. It smells like pies, like meat pies.
I had the fruit.
It smells like meat pie. You smell this familiar smell in the air as these guys and Dar start heading down the main path. You stop at the back of the trail for a second. That's it.
Does it smell like the pie I ate before I took a nap?
Yeah, it smells good. It definitely smells like on the wind. You're smelling the pies.
Can't tell what direction it's coming from.
It's coming from the west. That's all I can tell. Because the wind is blowing across that direction.
So the road we're following goes west, right?
Yeah, it goes northwest. There's another trail. The smaller one goes west.
Oh, it's coming from the trail?
Very likely to be coming from the trail. So you guys at this point are about 20 feet up ahead.
Do we notice him leaving our
What are you
cart?
guys doing as you're walking away? Because you just had the conversation, like, let's keep on going.
Yeah, so I just started going, figuring Dar is going to be walking in front because the big strong guy. You're going to be walking, but we're walking away at kind of a brisk pace. We
Okay.
want to keep it going, but I don't know.
Yeah, so you guys don't notice him right away because you're under the impression that, hey, you know, we've made a decision, let's keep going. You guys are just brisk walk. We got to get to Vallaki before it gets dark.
I'm assuming I'm walking next to him because we were chatting
Yeah, I'm
about which way to
assuming-
go. So
The three of you are probably walking furthest up ahead. Dar definitely doesn't notice the smell. Orin catches it on the wind. You're too focused with Connor to notice it either. But Orin's kind of a straggler back there, sniffing the air.
So how addicted to these pies am I?
Make a Constitution check.
Constitution.
Yep.
I'm awesome with these. That's not what it says. 7?
Yeah. So with a 7, you definitely are starting to feel like, almost like, wow, you really have this urge that you kind of need to get one of these pies in you again. Just the feeling of how much enjoyment you had when you ate it, that you're Jones it.
With no thought that you're gonna split the party to go get a pie.
Oh no.
So go get your pie.
Orin's gonna call out, I think I see something in the woods, and start walking to the west. Shouldn't have eaten that pie. Orin wants the pie. He is the player, does not want the pie. But Orin,
Wants the pie.
Orin's hands are shaking a little bit. He needs some pie.
So you just start walking in. We turn around and
we'll have to follow him.
well, let's go see what he's doing.
I let out a big old sigh. Like kids.
Hey Dar, if you gotta knock him out and drag him to get to Vallaki, it
We
might
might
be
have
on
to
the
do
table
it.
right now.
So
I don't know what
what's
he's
this
doing,
off-road
but
look like?
he's not. He's acting normal right now. So
I'm
let's
gonna
go.
yell out, Orin, wrong way, exactly like he yelled at me when I was going the wrong way.
No, I saw something. I'm gonna keep walking west.
What are you doing, man?
You walk about a couple hundred feet, and this trail it's a well sort of maintained, but again, there's a distinct rut.
Is the main road like cobbled or is it hard packed dirt?
It's more like hard packed dirt. Yeah. This is a little bit less than that, but it's
Bigger than like a foot trail.
But yeah, bigger than what you were just walking on, like that you saw the foot trail that leads back, the shortcut through the woods. But anyway, so this trail, it looks in decent shape, but as you go a couple hundred feet, you see another signpost, and all of a sudden you see this crow, this raven, land up on top of it, and it just stops, and it's just almost like staring at you as you guys start catching up to him, and all of a sudden you hear the crow, ah! And it says, ah, beware!
That's not creepy at all.
Do I see this crow also?
Yeah, all of you guys are all at this point where you catch up to Orin, and this crow is just sitting up there looking at you, and it says that.
Should I take out my javelin and
Probably not.
pluck it off
Was
there?
something ever said about like ravens being his spies? Or am I mixing that with some fantasy novel? Nope, that's a fantasy novel. Never mind. Scratch that. Don't need to give the DM ideas. That's from the Wheel of Time.
Or Odin and his crows.
Yeah. Or
Tara just wants to know, where are we going, kid?
Orin, we gotta get back on the main trail.
We gotta get her to cross it.
Alright.
You shouldn't.
Vallaki.
You shouldn't be out after dark.
Like the hard part is how like the names.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is just the beginning of names.
Yeah, I can't wait. You already said make sure you bring your notebook.
Oh, my collage is already.
Well, you need to slow down on the doodling. Alright, Orin's probably going to be a little freaked out by the raven, so. Thought I saw something on the trail. Alright, yeah, let's head back.
I feel like we need to have him walk ahead.
You're taking the lead right now.
I'll pull my shield out, hold it on my arm, and
Back on the main road, right?
So,
down the main road.
as you're standing there, before that last thing you see, with your 15 perception, just up to the trees, you see with the top of what looks like a fin of a windmill. But anyway, so now you guys are standing. They're convincing you. Turn around. You're heading back.
But past the Raven.
Yeah, past the Raven, up through the trees, following the trail up. There's the top of what looks like a
I wish I was
windmill.
an actual cartographer. You need to get a map. So it makes.
You can draw one. I mean, you guys are. If you have a paper and pen or a quill.
Let's see what skills I actually have, if I have any. Does anyone actually have cartography?
I don't even know what that is. I've never heard that word in my life.
Map making. I don't think
No, Dart beats people
Oh,
up.
and at that point too, Felina, when you're by the Raven, you smell this smell on the air. The wind just catches your nose just right, and you smell a little bit of this pie.
I'll say to him, we gotta keep these two away. There's the smell of pie ahead.
Hey, Dar, can you do me a favor? Hook his arm and let's get out of here.
Where is your skills on it, or like your
Yeah, I don't see that.
Took me forever.
proficiencies? I know I could probably find it in D&D Beyond. I just don't see it.
I got
Mine's
weapons
right
and
here.
languages. That's
Would they
it.
be list? That's just senses.
Oh, it's
Mine
on
are
the
on
next
there.
page. Oh, it's on the next page. Yeah, down here in this blurb somewhere.
Oh, gotcha.
No, okay.
Features and traits.
Yeah.
They have disguise kit and poisoner's kit.
Oh, Dar's
Nothing.
proficient in cartography.
Is he really?
You are? Oh, I was gonna say what?
Proficient in bullshit.
Dar beats people up. He doesn't draw maps.
I
He
was
beats people up to draw maps.
I make people draw
Well,
maps.
even just
for
for
me.
myself, but like it's hard because like I'll start drawing something, and then you're like, well, I got to erase all of it because I need it bigger.
All right. So what are you guys doing? You're convincing him.
To go,
Okay.
and with a little more urgency, we gotta go.
Well, as soon as you tell me that, I get behind him and I'm kind of just.
All right.
I don't want to say I'm hitting him, but I'm kind of just.
Yeah, because at this point you guys have
Pushing him.
lost like about 20 minutes or so walking down this other trail.
Listen, we can't spend any more time. We gotta go.
Reiterating.
And as he's like itching a little bit, he's like sweating.
Reiterating that you shouldn't be out in the dark. You heard what the lady said.
You heard what the crow said.
I know. Fine. And I'll look up at the windmill sadly.
All right. You guys take the 20 minutes back to the main road.
Lost 40 minutes.
You guys are
Did you
so,
tell us you saw a windmill?
so lucky you didn't mention the pie to Dar.
Yeah, he's the only one that actually could see the windmill.
You guys might look like you'll guys see me look up sadly at a spot, and you might see the one of the wings. I was about to say, "Ooh, I got a map," but then I remembered it's the dungeon from the damn Death House.
So, I don't care where you have looked, so I'm not going to notice the windmill. So if you don't say anything to me, I'll have no clue there's a windmill there. And I'm just expecting Dar to keep pushing you down this.
Yeah,
path.
I don't care either. I'm just mad that you're holding us up.
There's
Not even
food and
thinking
bed
why.
and everything else at the town.
Safety.
Yes.
I get some pies.
Hey, you know what? There's a pie at the next town. Let's go.
Yeah, I bet you there's some in the town.
Yeah, let's go.
I don't know if you
When
guys
Dar
will-
starts shoving you a little
You
more.
won't need
come
to
on.
show him, or it's gone. He's
Head us
real
to the
piss
town.
praise. Let's
Okay,
go.
there we go. All right, didn't even need to make a persuasion check for that one. All right, so you guys are headed towards.
They haven't lied to Orin yet.
That's probably true.
So when they lie to Orin, there might need to be some convincing.
All right, so
Was it a relatively straight path from Barovia to here?
He's trying to figure out how to get the pie.
yeah,
No,
I mean,
no, I'm trying. I'm gonna
I gotcha.
attempt to do a rough map.
You want a paper?
This is
Alright.
assuming we actually make it to a.
no,
long
I mean,
rest.
it's straight-ish. I mean, it goes like it's windy, following. It kind of follows the Ilvis River, but I mean, I didn't really go into detail describing the river that the trail follows along and goes near, but.
I wonder if I wonder if I could find like a fill in the blank fucking map of Barovia that I can fill out as we go along.
So basically, what it looks like is there's a mountain range on the south side of this map, and there's a mountain range on the north side. You guys have been following this valley, basically. It's this Barovia Valley. Now you're crossed from one side of this river that splits the valley in half, on both sides of these mountains, and now you're crossing over to the northern side, up a higher elevation. Again, this big bridge that you guys have gone across. Now, the next 3 hours it takes you to get to. Computer just rolled up.
Vallaki.
Yep. So yeah, nothing happens. It's a pretty uneventful
I'll ask
walk, but by the time you guys get there, yeah, it's about 3 hours later, and the sun has just set. It's about about 7 o'clock, sunset. You approach this large palisaded settlement. This is like a 50-foot high wooden fence, spikes around this village. And as you approach it, you see the main town gate. The Vallaki road runs right up to the gate. And as you are walking up to this gate, it's shut. The gates are shut.
Shit. I'll ask, are we supposed to take her somewhere in specific? Or did he just say take it to Vallaki?
I would assume once we get to Vallaki, she's got a plan of exactly where
I'll
she's
ask
going.
Irina where she's wanting to go here in Vallaki in specific.
Well, as you guys make your way up to this gate, you see that there's little windows cut out, and you see on the other side of the windows, you see guards standing there, overlooking, looking out through this gate.
Can we come in?
So as you approach, they say, "Hi, who are you? State your business."
We're in Grave Ward, looking for a place to sleep tonight, other than the woods or the road.
It's dark out. Piss off.
We have the Burgermeister's daughter. Sister.
Daughter.
Technically,
You all seem very confused.
Daughter, sister.
This is
Daughter,
exactly
sister,
why we close the
depending on
gate
which-
at nighttime. Of you strange folk coming in here.
Depends on which Burgermeister you're talking about.
we're not from around these parts.
What Burgomaster?
One from Barovia.
Hey, Eddie, you know about this? The other guy opens a little door on the other side. He's like, "Hey, so you say you have the Burgomaster daughter?"
Can I undisguise her? I forgot she was disguised. Or would she have undisguised? I don't know.
No, probably not. You gotta
Okay,
say
so I'm
that.
gonna
So she looks
undisguise
dirty,
her.
like a dirty Barovian.
Try and clean her up a little bit.
Dirty bro.
Well, why should we let you in though? It's dark out. We don't know you.
I promise if we cause any terrible harm to the town, you can kill us.
I promise if you don't open the gate, I'm gonna bust it open.
Okay,
And
well,
I
I'm
think
trying
they
to
slammed
be
the doors
nice.
closed.
Oh, come on, Dar.
Sorry.
And as they slam the doors closed, like a minute later, you guys are all like, "Come on, Daryl," and you're, "Ooh."
Knock on the gate, pretty please.
The little door opens up. Didn't I tell you to piss off?
We could have already been inside, man.
What reason would we need to let a bunch of you strangers come into here already threatening to cause harm in our city?
Ignore him. He's mentally handicapped.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm currently digging in my gold pouch right now,
Oh,
but
cool.
I'm waiting to see
Okay.
how this turns out.
0?
So he looks over and goes, mentally handicapped. He just looks like he's some sort of dirty barbarian. We don't want his like in here.
You don't want our deaths on your hands, though, do you?
This is Barovia, lady.
I pull out 5 silver, 10 silver, 5 in each hand, and I hold it up to the windows. Will this get us inside?
It doesn't look quite the kind of shine that I'm looking for. What do you think, Eddie? Yeah. Well, that sounds like the wrong color to me.
Wrong color. What do you think I am, rich?
Should we just shut the door? Tell them to fuck off? I've already tried that, but they won't go away.
So let us in. I'll buy you around at the tavern.
We're on duty.
When you're off duty, duh.
Well, I'll tell you what. You give us each 2 gold, and we'll let you in.
I just start elbowing Orin, like pony up the gold.
I just watched gold pieces fall out of your
It's only 4 gold pieces.
I'm assuming this is my gold piece.
Yeah, no, that's copper.
Okay, so I've got none.
Oh no, you're right. That is G. That's a G. So yeah, you haven't spent any money. They spent money.
Alright, I'll toss it.
Nobody spent any money because you guys didn't afford anything in Barovia.
I spent all gold buying Darius pie.
Yeah, somebody.
Oh,
bought
yeah,
me
the gold. The
Somebody
pies
bought
were
me a
gold.
meat pie.
I'll just flip the 2 up to him.
So the 2 each, so 4 gold.
4 gold, sure.
All right.
Steal more later.
I'm just gonna rest my hand on the gate.
Now listen.
Just rest it.
We'll let you in.
Yeah.
We'll be keeping an eye on you. We're gonna tell the town guard about you, especially you.
Referring to me?
Yeah, they're pointing at you.
Before Dark can say anything, I'm just gonna slowly put my hand over his mouth.
So then you hear like a large bar come across the door, and the doors slowly swing open, and they let you into Vallaki.
Do you guys have an inn you recommend?
So as you walk in, you will notice that this is I don't know if you'd say a city, but this is definitely
Bigger than Barovia.
bigger than Barovia. It's probably at least twice the size of Barovia. And the houses don't look as run down right off the bat as you walk in. There's a bunch of houses. But when you do walk in, you start seeing a bunch of old posters for different festivals. You see something about the Wolfhead Jamboree and streamers hanging off of buildings, and they all look like they've been there for a while.
Did the entire town look like it was surrounded by the wooden palisade?
Yeah, the entire town, from what you could tell, looked like it was palisaded up. So yeah, as you enter, you see a bunch of homes. You're following the main road, and the first thing you see looks like I guess you'd say a stockyard, like a junkyard. You see all sorts of old wagons and storage units around a fenced-in property. You see a little building out front that says oh shit, forget the name of it. Arisec something. Hold on. Arisec Stockyard is the first thing you come across. It's a large stockyard. It has several locked sheds around the property, and part to the south end of the stockyard, you do all happen to get caught on this sturdy looking carnival wagon. Now it's colorful, but the paint's peeling off. It's just parked in the back. But on the sides, you see in faded lettering, you see it says Rictavio's Carnival of Wonders. But yeah, above the building itself, you just see a simple wooden sign that says Arisec Stockyard.
I smell any pies.
I know you don't smell any pies. But
Or-
here in
or looks
this
over at
town, you
Connor
see that
disappointed.
there is torches and lamps around the town. This is
I'll ask the guard if they have any inns they would recommend.
yeah. If you got more coin, you could spend it at the Blue Water Inn.
Whereabouts would that be?
Now just follow the main road right down through here, and you can't miss it.
Does everyone go indoors at night here?
Eventually, this is the safest settlement you'll find in Barovia.
Also accommodations for the evening.
Don't turn to Irina though. Where are we taking them?
I was just that.
I don't know. I've never been here. It's just we have known that this place is more secure than our own village.
Okay, so we might want to talk to the mayor, burgomaster, whatever you want to call him of this town.
Dictator.
Not not tonight, maybe, because it might be a little rude after dark to knock on somebody's
Is there
door.
actually people out on the street?
Yeah, you see some
Unlike
people here and
Barovia.
there walking around. Unlike Barovia, like these houses don't look as abandoned and stuff. But where you are, I mean, it's kind of it's late, but there's not a lot of people out, especially in this end, because you see there's a couple houses, but there's the stockyard. You know, you're not near like the town center or anything yet.
Is there any houses at least over here that look like they've been damaged at all?
They look kind of old and run down, but they don't look like they're damaged. Like
They didn't have like the scratch
yeah,
marks
they
or
don't look like that. Like they've been attacked by undead and stuff like they did in Barovia.
I'll ask the guard. So, what's it like on gate duty at night?
Well, we get the occasional, beggar trying to come through after dark, but it's usually pretty quiet. Here and there, we get the occasional adventurers coming through during the day, but it's a pretty easy job. The Devil Strahd doesn't come and mess with us. The burgomaster here, he puts on festivals to keep the devil away.
So nothing ever attacks the walls?
No, not very often. Wolves here and there, but we have hunters that take care of the wolf problem around here.
Let's go hunting.
I'm sure your Fletcher keeps busy.
Oh yeah, this is the place to be.
Well, let's go find that
The Blue Whale?
The Blue Water Inn.
Blue Water Inn.
Close
My
enough.
mistake, sir.
What's a whale?
That's what I was thinking when I said it, and I was like, do they even know what? Is there even an ocean here?
No. But you did hear that there's a lake here, Lake Zarovich.
Like I said, I'm wondering if I can just find like an outline of Barovia and fill it in as we go. But I don't want to ruin myself with like, here's the full map.
It was totally wrong or something.
No, like, because I don't know if I can find out, like, essentially do your own map with just the outlines. Like, here's the mountain, and then like draw the roads and stuff.
What was the lake's name again?
Lake Zarovich.
Is this town on the lake?
I guess you don't know that yet.
Oh,
We haven't seen the lake.
Yeah, you haven't seen the lake. You just heard the guard talk about Lake Zarovich, or somebody mentioned Lake Zarovich. Maybe it was Madam Eva.
it was the guy when he said follow the road. He said,
Oh yeah, we're
I
on
was
the
like,
Vistani.
what's west? And he was like, well, eventually you hit Vistani and then Lake Zarovich. Then he just kept going.
Yeah, so you guys start making your way. I'm assuming down through the city or through the village.
I'll just look at like if there's any, like pay attention to like where we're at, like what we're passing. Is it just houses? Is there shops?
Yeah, it looks like mostly houses. You see a sign down the road for the coffin maker shop. You see there's a sign for.
Is there any form of a library or bookstore anywhere that would have books? Not necessarily for sale, but to browse and read.
Probably have to ask around.
I think the only thing that you saw, the only business you saw on your way through was the stockyard, the Hersek stockyard.
The carnival.
That's where the carnival wagon was in the stockyard. It's kind of like a storage unit place, but they have like a little shop in the front of it.
I guess we'll just keep walking down the street.
Yeah, keep following down the street until you get to Okay, so you make your way further into the center of this village, and now you see there's rows and rows of houses and things like that. Gray smoke issues up from the chimney of this large two-story wooden building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof, upon which several ravens have perched. A painted wooden sign hanging above the main entrance depicts a blue water bottle. So this is the Blue Water Inn that you arrive at. It's not quite in the town center or anything, but it definitely looks like you're surrounded. You're deep in the town at this point.
Have the townspeople seemed friendly?
You see, you haven't seen. They didn't see a lot of them coming up to this point, but now that you're near the Blue Water Inn, it seems a little bit more lively. People seem to be definitely not as dour as they were in Barovia. These people are a little bit more cheery, I guess. It looks like they're going in and out of the Blue Water Inn. We hear a little bit of music coming from the inn.
I'll head into the inn.
Wish I knew how to play an instrument.
Alright, you're heading into the inn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going.
Alright, so you guys are all going. Yep. Alright. So as you go into the inn, yeah, there's a bar, tables and chairs. You see there's a stairwell leading up to like around back up on top, the second floor, which you can assume this is where the rooms are. But as you walk in, yeah, there's a bar area, like a lobby, and you see there's a few people. There's looks like a half elf man who's like on stage, and it looks like he's like strumming a lute. He's got like this big crazy floppy hat on, but you see that his pointy ears under his hat. You see a few people at the bar and a bartender. He seems to be somewhat more chipper than the bar in Barovia. Again, this guy is serving drinks, and it seems like this place has got a little more life to it. So what do you guys do when you walk in?
Yeah, I'll go sit at bar, I guess.
Yeah, make my way to the bar.
Alright.
Yep.
I'm just gonna nudge Oren, hold my hand out, give me some gold. Pony it up.
And then he keeps walking. Shouldn't have let them gold pieces fall out the loincloth. You're the one with all the money. I heard Dar say that the rooms are on him tonight.
Is that true, Dar?
Dar will sleep under a tree outside.
Anyway, I go and ask the bartender, what are you serving for food?
Alright, so walk up and this guy, he turns to you and looks, he says, well, for food we have beet stew. Mostly we serve wine here. We have the purple grape mash number 3. And then we have the good stuff, the red dragon crush. But, we're running a little bit low. We haven't had our shipment in from the local winery. But yeah, you're welcome to have some beet soup. But it's complimentary if you rent a room. Just throwing that out there.
How much is a room?
Oh, a room. That would be 1 gold piece.
For a night?
Actually, it's an electrum. How much is the electrum? I think electrum is.
Electrum's the weird
It's
one.
a stupid one. It's like a half a gold,
So it's like 5 silver?
or is it 2 gold? It's either half or double.
I know it's between silver and
I
gold.
never use it, so we're just gonna convert it to gold because it's.
1 gold piece equals 2 electrum pieces.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, so it's like a half a gold.
So 5 silver.
5 silver.
Okay.
So 5 silver for a room.
How many rooms you got available?
We have 6 rooms upstairs. Yeah, hot beet soup and bread complimentary with renting a room.
I will take a room and a bowl of soup and some bread, please.
All right. We also have fine wolf steak, also 5 silver each for steak. Oh, can I interest you in one?
I'll take a room. I'll hand over 5 silver.
Okay,
I'm fine.
5 silver.
I'm fine with the beet soup.
All right, two beet soups. Yep,
I'll do the same. I'm both.
5 silver.
The 5 silvers for the night, right?
5 silvers a night. Yep.
Okay.
I'm not coughing up nothing.
So three beet soups.
Irina gonna stay with you?
Yeah, sure. Who's in charge of this town?
Oh, who's in charge of the town? Oh, that is the Burgomaster Vallaki. Vargas Vallaki.
Where does he stay?
In his mansion.
Is he nice?
Oh, the Burgomaster, yeah. Yeah, he's nice. He puts on these festivals every week. He says that, we're all happy. It'll keep the devil away.
Every week, you say?
Yeah, every week. This week, well, let's see. I mean, about 3 days from now is the Festival of the Blazing Sun. I'm assuming that's why you're all here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Where's this mansion?
Oh, it's just down the road to the south. Just a few blocks from there.
What shops do you have in the area?
Oh, for shops, we have Blinsky Toys, famous toy maker. What are you looking for? We have, there's a smithy in town. Arisec Stockyard, you could buy some supplies there.
My friend was looking for a library. Do you have anything like that around here?
No libraries, I'm sorry.
What about the church or place of worship?
Yep, St. Andrew's Church. Yep, that's just down the street. You keep following the street down here. Actually, I could probably put up put the map up now that you can kind of take a look at what Vallaki looks like.
To a live TV.
Give me a second now.
You have to think about it. Starting video from Jonathan.
There we go.
That's a good
So there's Vallaki. So you guys are, and I have to see here. I have to stand up to show you.
So orange one in the middle.
So this is where you came in, right here. This is the main Vallaki Road. It's the main gate. So this was the stockyard. You guys have seen that. You went past the stockyard all the way up to here. The Blue Water Inn is right in the center of town.
Alright.
And he mentioned the
Mansion?
the church down the road, and the mansion to the south. But you guys have been there yet by a church mansion. Yep. And this is the Vallaki Road, also that carries on to the west. That one. Looks fairly safe. It's got this wall all around the whole thing.
How good is the beet soup?
It tastes good. It's not bad. The food is actually really good. You can tell that like they actually put some effort into the meal here.
Okay. I just wanted to really make sure it had flavor
Yeah.
like that.
No, it actually it's
Just
actually
beets boiled in water.
no, it's actually spiced really well. It actually tastes pretty decent.
I mean, it's no pie, but
Yeah, you're probably still fiending a little bit for the pie.
You know what? I heard there was pies in town. I was mistaken. That was my fault. I'm sorry.
I forgot he
If-
asked, and he said there's no.
It was my fault. Maybe the lady will come by with her pie cart.
So while you guys are sitting there enjoying the wine or the stuff, he's like, very happy to see that you enjoy fine food. Do you enjoy the wine too? Did you get the wine?
I didn't. Oh, no, I didn't order it because I didn't ask how much it was. How much is it?
Would you like some? So the purple grape mash is 3 coppers for a pint, and the better stuff, which we're running very low on, is the red dragon crush for 1 silver piece.
I'll do the red dragon.
Oh, man of fine taste.
Yes.
So yeah, 1 silver.
I'll I'll just do the sour mash number 3, except I'll get does Irina want food and
Yeah, Rena's probably starving. I mean, you guys haven't eaten.
Which she
That's
wouldn't get
breakfast,
anything with.
But you got one room, so you get a thing of bread and some soup. So you can share it with her.
I'll give her my bread.
Okay.
I'll buy Irina a pint of wine and some soup. How much is it for the soup?
And as you do that, she says, "Oh no, I can get my own." And she pulls out a coin purse and just pays the man for her own bread and soup.
Is anyone noticing us in the bar? Like paying attention to us?
It doesn't really look like it. You see a couple of guys that are like probably late teens, early 20s. They're like getting hammered. They're like doing shots, and they're just like being kind of rowdy.
This is Red Dragon Crush? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
Like, is that a shot or is that?
That's a glass of wine. It's like red wine.
Oh,
It's like your normal glass. Of
Yeah, yep, and it tastes. Actually really well, really good. You also see around the bar. There's a couple of guys sitting there. They look kind of rugged. They have like wolf pelts like on them, kind of like Dar, but maybe more badass. They're all sewn up. They're wearing clothes. They look like they're like professional like wolf hunters. Then, like I said, you see the guy who is he's sitting there. He looks like a bard. He's colorfully dressed, a big stupid looking hat, and he's playing the lute on stage. And it's really bad, by the way. So like as he's playing it, you guys all realize like, wow, the music in here is terrible. Food, excellent. Entertainment, terrible.
That's alright. I'm gonna wait for the bard to stop playing if he does stop playing anytime soon before we're leaving here or going to bed or whatever. My intention is to try to trade hats.
Okay. He's
he-
still playing.
Does he have like a cup or anything out in front of him for tips?
He's over on the stage. He doesn't have anything out. He's just standing up there. He's just playing. He just kind of walked in the room. Big smile on his face. Very colorful. So as you guys are sitting there drinking the wine, eating, and Arena's sitting there, you guys are out at the bar. Bartender has a moment. It looks up quieter. He's not serving any drinks. And he stops over to you and he goes, "Oh, so you like the wine?
Yes.
I do think I've noticed you must be some sort of adventurers, well armed. Listen, maybe I have a job for you. If you'd be interested, I've run dangerously low on this wine. We haven't had our shipment from the winery. I'm hoping maybe if you go check in on the winery and see where my shipment is, maybe bring it back for me. I'll make it worth your while. You would stay here for a week, free room and board, free meals."
Where is the winery?
Oh, the winery is just out of town to the west, northwest.
It's just out of town.
Just out of town. It's not too far, but we're running low, and the wine is the lifeblood of Barovia. That is what keeps us going, and it keeps us sane. It keeps the happiness here.
I mean, you don't have to sell me on getting wine. That's fine.
Well, I bet it's very good. You see the wine is good, no?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I see the importance
That was the
of
sour mash number 3.
It's decent, yeah.
Nah,
And you've had that too. That great mash you had at the Vistani camp, your first night when you got tanked. You had that same stuff.
Man, I was
This is the
dancing
first time
like-
you had the good stuff, though. Like, this is like a really fine wine. Yeah, the Mardukov family makes this wine, and the Wizard of Wines just up the road. So, but we haven't had our shipment. I'm afraid something's going on. I don't know, but if we run out of wine here, people are not going to be very happy.
Who owns the winery?
The Mardukov family.
It was located to the south.
Northwest.
Northwest. Opposite way.
Oh, so you got as good a sense of direction as dog.
In real life, maybe. I don't know.
So we have to leave.
I was gonna say, would we leave Irina?
No.
We have to leave the village.
I think it depends
Or
on what the. We'll probably talk to the burgomaster, see what he
The
says.
next morning, yeah. Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, I'm thinking maybe check the church. Unless, well, we'll have to talk to Irina when we're not in the bar, but maybe talk to her and figure out.
Where she feels
Yeah,
comfortable
like,
and safe.
She's not like a toddler.
Right.
She's an adult who can make her own decisions.
Now, my next thing, we all.
What's the barman's name?
You're asking him his name?
Yeah, just so that way in the case, that way, because your gate guards, they were a little sketched out because they didn't know us, so I'm sure they'll be the same.
Isn't his name?
My name is Erwin Mardikoff.
Your family owns the vineyard?
Oh yes, my father owns the vineyard.
What made you stop working at the vineyard and come to open it in?
My father is a very difficult man to deal with. Me and my wife here decided to run this establishment. I needed to get a little bit of distance between him and I, but he's a good man, but it's very difficult.
So obviously, with the fortunes, we all saw each other's fortunes being run, right?
Yeah, you were all there in the same room, yeah.
So I'm gonna mention to Dar. I wonder if those wolf hunters might know might have seen a den anywhere. You think we should check?
I do.
Maybe buy them around.
And also, how drunk are these boys? Like, would I be able to?
They look like
possibly
they're punching
steal
each
from
other
them?
on the shoulder, and like they're just being stupid. Like
See if
frat
they
boys.
had like any kind of money I can left.
You want to try to meander over there?
Sure.
You should sit right
I'll
down.
flirt with them
You
and
should
push
sit
the
right
girls
down and put
together.
your arm up
See if
there.
I can
Push the girls together.
distract them.
All right, so you're gonna walk over to these two, and you hear the two of them. They look.
You still haven't been able to look.
So are you gonna like just walk over there? Or are you going to like stealthily sneak over there? How are you gonna do this?
I'm gonna keep my eye on her the whole time, in case
I'm talking to the barman.
something pops up.
Yeah, you're talking to the barman. You're drinking the wine.
I'm eating,
talking to the bar
drinking.
because
Yeah.
the innkeeper he talked to you two. And Dar, did he buy food for you, or you're just sitting at the bar
No,
watching
I'm
everybody
just
eat?
in there,
Okay.
maybe looking to steal
No,
some scraps
barkeep.
or something.
Darky's wanting everyone else to pay for a shit.
All right. So how are you gonna? So you
You
leave
said they
Irina
were
at the
pretty
bar.
drunk though, right?
They look pretty drunk, but yeah, how are you gonna do this? What are you gonna do?
I'll sneak up on them.
All right.
It's probably better.
So we're all stealth check too with advantage
Okay.
because they're drunk.
You had a 19 or an 8, so.
Okay, 19 plus whatever. So as you're kind of walking through the crowd, there is. I don't have a D4. Yeah, so there is 6 people kind of just sitting around the bar, or not the bar, the tables around there. Besides these two at their table, they're like I said, they're doing shots. They're like, yeah, bro, that's what I'm talking about. And you kind of like make your way up through these other people around them, and you're sitting kind of like adjacent to their table. They don't notice you, and you hear them like talking shit to each other. And you see them, what they look like, they're actually well dressed. Like they're the finest dressed people in this place, besides Connor. Like they have like this really nice shirts, these really nice tunics, like high collar tunics with nice gold buttons on them. And they're just drunk. They seem like just assholes, like rich assholes. And you hear one of them like say, Nikolai, I could outdrink you any day. You are an idiot.
Do I see like where they might have money stashed? Is it accessible?
Make an investigation check. Or perception check. Go ahead and make a perception check. See what you can notice on them.
What are you wearing?
15.
Me?
If you're dressed better than them.
I don't know. I have very fine, like, dyed leathers and cloth.
Looking like a fancy lad.
Yeah, the only thing is I've been traveling through the woods,
So
living kind of rough, so my
Well-
knees are ripped open, and there's definitely tears and
if you hit your shirt, dust will probably
yeah, exactly.
poop up.
What'd you get?
15.
15. So yeah, you do notice that like on the table they have a pretty hefty bag of coins, and there's some golds like on the table that have spilled out of there, and they're just throwing money around, like buying more rounds. And it's just the two of them.
So, like, where on the table is this? Is it like on the inside of the table, or is that on
No,
the
it's on the outside of the table, and it's surrounded by a bunch of like bottles and flagons that are empty.
So I think I'll try to like flirt with them and just like lift some coins out of the bag if it's possible.
All right, well, let's start with the flirting. Then. So
Okay.
you're gonna come over and start talking to them. What are you gonna say to them?
I'm terrible at this. I don't know. Hi, boys. I don't know.
Hi, boys. And they both look up and are like, oh, hi. And like one of them's like hitting the other one's like, I saw her first. Dibs. And they're like, hey.
You gonna buy a lady a drink?
Oh yeah. And there's like Nikolai, get up, get your hands off here. And he's like, the other one's like, Carl, it's my gold. And
Carl.
you see the two of them like pulling the gold, and all of a sudden like the gold just like the pouch like rips, and there's just gold explodes all over the table. A couple like roll off the floor past your feet.
So I'll say, oh, let me get it, and I'll start picking them up. And obviously the girls will be on display for them as I'm picking them up.
So as you,
And I'll be trying to pocket them nonchalantly.
all right, so make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 17 plus, what am I adding?
For hooks.
Man,
What am I adding?
which I rolled
Sleight of
out high.
hand.
Sleight of hand.
Oh yeah, 7. So I don't even know.
24.
There you go.
So yeah, so you manage to pocket 3 gold, and you put the other like 4 back on the table.
Nice.
Did any of the other like patrons around them?
The other 6 people, like they turned around, and they're like noticing the commotion, but you're super sneaky. You reach down, you tuck a couple in your sleeve, put the other ones up on the table. But as you're like bending up, the one guy reaches over and just slaps your ass.
And I'll just like jump up and I'll be like, well, that was uncalled for.
He's like, oh, you want that drink now? Why don't you come and have a sit? And he like grabs a hold of your arm and like pulls you down to the empty seats. Now you're sitting at the table with the two of them, and the other one gets real close, and he's like leaning up against you, and just the smell. He smells like drunker. He smells nasty, just like between wolf steak and just like old wine. And he's like leaning on you, and he just smells terrible. And they're like, tell us. They're like feeling your muscle, and they're like, tell us the stories. You must be some sort of famous warrior.
Please stop. Not into that. Too touchy.
Here, and
How many drinks have you had?
They hand you one of their pints of wine. They're drinking the good wine.
Oh, nice. I'll try a couple sips. I'll just sit there.
And then they take their cup and they're pouring more into your cup.
Oh my god. stop.
Every time you sip, a little more.
I'll be like, I can't have much more.
So you want to come back to our house?
Where's your house?
Oh, our house is the big mansion just up the street.
Oh, okay, so you're the Burglemeisters?
No, not that fucking loser.
Okay.
No, we're Wachters.
Wachter?
You've never heard of our mother?
No.
Fiona Wachter?
Never heard of her. Who is she?
She's just the richest woman in town.
Is this all you guys do for fun around here?
This is the best thing to do. So now about that, let's go. And they like grab a hold of you and like pick you up. Well, both grab an arm. They pick you up and start like heading toward the door, like pulling you.
No thanks. I gotta get back to my friends.
And they start pulling you further. So make an athletics check or acrobatics check. You can do acrobatics. You can try to squeeze away from them.
Oh god.
13?
With 15. So as you do that, they're they're strong arming you, and they're just kind of like dragging you towards the door at this point.
I'll be like, Dar.
Yeah, I'm gonna come right over and intervene in that, and I guess I'm gonna grab her and start yanking her back my way.
Go ahead and make a strength check.
We're gonna rip her right in half.
Oh god.
This is how your character dies.
What do you got me making?
Strength.
Strength?
Dar's strong.
3, right? Yeah. 17.
Yeah. So at that point, they let go and they look at you and they're like, sorry, we don't want any trouble.
I'm just gonna reach up and snatch the wolf pelt right off him.
That's a different guy.
That's not
Different
them.
guy.
These are the
The kids.
rich kids.
The fancy kids.
Oh, I'm just gonna shove them away.
Yeah, and at that point they back up and they know they're not going to pick a fight with you.
Basically insinuating, yeah.
So they go back to their table and they're like, yeah, we fucking tourists, and they grab their money off the table and they both just kind of stumble out the door and leave.
Should shut them out the doors, and you guys need to go home, and then you could have.
There's a big gold pouch.
Well, that got ripped.
There's not a
But I think she's got half of it.
Yeah, I'll flip him a gold for helping me out.
Protection money.
Yep, thank you, Dar.
So at that
You
point,
saved me.
seeing the whole thing unfold, the guy, the bard playing the lute, stops playing the lute, and he comes over to you guys and just says, just wondering if you're all right. I mean, that looked like it could have been an intense situation.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Oh, okay. But I do not wish anybody to be harmed, especially in a fun establishment like this. This is a place of drinking and lightheartedness.
It's all good.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure. Rictavia was the name, by the way.
Rictavia?
If you need anything in town, don't hesitate to ask.
I just hold my hand out to him and ask him, can I play?
No, please don't.
I can play.
Oh, I am sorry. I'm being presumptuous. Where are my manners?
What?
Then he hands the lute to you.
He has a lute.
Are you actually proficient in the loot, or are you lying your
No.
ass off?
We'll make a performance check then. Let's see how
I
this
most
goes.
certainly cannot play, but I don't want to lead on. I don't want to lead on to anyone.
14.
15.
That's not too bad. So you sit there and you like make a chord and strum it, and he's like, "Oh, sir, I am so terribly sorry. I feel foolish that I thought that, I judged you by the way you look. That's quite impressive."
I won't get mad and snap his lute in half. I just hand it back to him.
Yeah.
Why
Well,
would
you know.
get mad? He just.
He insulted me.
You know.
I feel he insulted me. Yes.
He did initially, and then he.
He
It was
apologized.
a backhanded compliment, I would say. But I'm still
I mean, Dar doesn't know anything about backhanded compliments. He only knows about backhanding.
To be honest with you, I am not much of a musician myself. I only know 3 chords. So, but you know what I do know? The circus. Have you never heard of Rictavio's amazing, magnificent circus?
No.
Oh, well, it is quite a treat, I tell you. Perhaps sometime you can come and see one of my shows.
Was that your wagon in the stockyard?
Oh, you saw that. Yes, that is
Yeah.
my wagon.
The carnival?
Yes, the circus, my friend.
When is the circus?
Probably in a few days. After, I don't want to upstage the burgomaster in his festival of the blazing sun, but probably after that.
Forgot about the blazing sun. Why is your wagon in the stockyard?
Oh, I leave my wagon there for safekeeping. I pay rent. I've been here about a month or so, and been staying here at the Blue Water Inn, enjoying Erwin Murdoch's amazing hospitality. Have you tried the beet soup?
Negative.
Oh, it's such a delight.
Have you tried the meat pie?
No, they don't have meat pies here, but the wolf steaks are seasoned just so exquisitely.
I noticed these guys talking, the music stops, so I'm gonna walk over and be like, "Hi, my name's Connor. How you doing?"
Oh, good. Ottavio, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Noticed your fine headwear.
Oh, you like this?
Absolutely.
And it's got like a long feather in it, and the feather is almost like too long, and it's just like flopping over. He's like,
Perfect. Would you like to trade this fine top hat for your fine hat?
I don't know how well that would work with me, but perhaps I could try it on for size.
Absolutely, and I hand it over.
And would you like to try mine on?
Absolutely.
And he hands you that. And he puts
I'll
the
put
top
it on.
hat on. And he's like, I don't know if this quite fits my ensemble, but I'm a people person. Sure, it seems like a fair trade.
Awesome.
Does
Thank
it bring you joy, my new friend?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, then this is making my day. And he takes the top hat off to you, and he goes, "Good sir."
Good, sir. And the father just flops.
Yes.
How ridiculous is this hat?
It's ridiculous.
That was the point.
So you traded your nice top hat for a ridiculous hat with a big
In his
feather in it?
defense, I think he got that top hat from the house.
The death house.
Yeah.
I really wanted to get rid of the
I
top
have no
hat.
reason to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
Sure, it's not like a family heirloom.
From the death house? No, I'm pretty sure. And if it is, it can be a family heirloom for him now.
Everywhere.
Alright, so ridiculous hat with a ridiculously large feather.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says, "Yeah, I am a collector of hats. I have many hats." And then he reaches into his satchel on the side. He pulls out another hat, and he takes the top hat. And he puts it down and steps next to him. And he puts this hat on. And this hat looks even more goofy than the other one. It's like kind of like a Robin Hood hat, but it's like pointy in the front. And again, there's a big feather in the back, and it's all folded because it was in his satchel. And he's like fluffing it up. And he's like, "How does this one look on me? Fabulous!"
So he
Oh,
just,
absolutely.
he
Very
just pulls
fun.
out a more ridiculous hat?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is any of them purple?
The one that you have is purple. That
Perfect.
he gave you.
Then I'm good.
This one is like a bright red with like pink stripes in it and a yellow feather. The other one was purple with a big white feather. So what may I say has brought all of you to this inn, to this town? Clearly you're not from around here.
Well, we were in Barovia, and we had to get I'm blanking right now. Irina out of Barovia. So this is the safest town in the land of Barovia, so
It does seem pretty safe here. I've been here for a month now, and it seems very safe. I've been traveling from distant lands, and this is a nice town. Really?
yeah, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it does, for the hour or so that we've been here, it does seem like a nice town. A lot better than Barovia, that's for sure.
Yeah, I spent some time there. It could use some sprucing up. It's not as fabulous as this town.
Well, absolutely.
So, Irina, you say you need to bring Irina someplace?
Yeah, it's just someplace safe. I don't know where
Did
she's
you-
gonna be safe.
Maybe you should talk to Father Petrovich at the St. Andrew's Church. The church is always a welcoming place.
Maybe we should get the wine for the bartender, and then we can let Irina stay here for free for a week. Free room for a week. That's what he said, right?
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
One week.
Does it be longer for each of us?
And all at the same time, so the same week.
I would assume we
She
would
gets 4 rooms.
get
to
one
herself.
room that we all get to sleep in. like you give us one room for a week.
Father Donovan, you said?
Donovich.
Yeah.
No,
I got-
Petrovich.
Gotta throw the itch on the end.
Petrovich, because Donovich is the priest in the other town.
Saint what?
St. Andrews.
Andrews.
Yeah, I'm gonna mechanism all these names. I'm gonna get them all.
Yeah, there's a lot of names.
And they're very similar.
Like I said, they all end in itch. Temple of what? Saint.
The church, St.
Andrews.
Andrew. St. Andrew's Church.
Well, thank you very much for that, and we'll go talk to Father Petrovich.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you.
Absolutely, pleasure meeting you.
And with that, I must go see Erwin about feeding my furried friend. And I bid you adieu. And he walks off, and you see him go up to the bar, and you see Erwin go back, and he brings out two steaks, 2 wolf steaks. They're raw. He brings them to him, and then you see him he bows and shakes his even longer, stupider hat to Erwin, and then he bids him farewell, takes the loot and the steaks, and he waves to you guys as he walks out the door. So now it's just you guys. The drunk kids are gone. Octavio's gone. There's a couple people still in the bar. Maybe about 3 or 4 people still in the bar.
Can I follow him to see what he's going to feed?
Sure, you're gonna walk out following Octavio.
Yeah.
Alright, what are you guys doing then?
I'm gonna go back to finish my wine.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing I'll finish up the conversation with the barman. Ask him, like, how far is the vineyard? Have you already paid for the shipment?
Yes, the shipment's already been paid for. This is why it's troubling that it's not here. And it's only a few miles down the road, like I said, to the west, and you can't miss it. You follow the signs, and you follow the trail to
How
the
does
north.
it normally get here? Like,
By wagon. And there's another gate at the other end of town. It usually comes in, but it hasn't been here. It's a week late, so I don't know what's happening.
Is there
We're
a
running
pass
low.
you can, like, is there a pass or something you can use, or do you gotta deal with the guards every time you get in and out?
No,
Or is
you
that
have,
only at night?
during the day anybody can come freely through Vallaki. Only fools would come here at night.
Who usually delivers the wine?
They have their own delivery through the Wizards of the Winery.
I mean, it's just regular people.
Yes.
It's not like militia or army or anything.
No, it's
guards
just
or-
regular people that work for my father at the winery.
You have any siblings?
Do I have any siblings? You're asking very personal questions. I don't know if I need to discuss this.
I was just wondering if, like, you know, if you decided to go away because your father was a
Yeah, I was
man,
gonna
as you
start.
said,
I was gonna ask if you get
were
along with them.
you eventually going to own both this inn and the winery?
I do have several siblings, and we have a large family. The Mardukov family is quite large, but
I was just.
I don't know if I'd want to take over the winery. It seems like a lot of work. I like my quaint establishment here, but I like being amongst the people and being able to keep an eye on people and really feel out the town. And I have a good feeling about you people.
People keep telling us that.
So as he's talking to you guys, you're sneaking out the front door, following behind him. Go ahead and make a stealth check.
20. Not natural.
Damn. So you follow Rick Tervio all the way back to the Aerosec stockyard. At this point, it's dark. It's getting cloudy. It starts to rain a little bit. Your beautiful afternoon turned into kind of a shitty night. The rain's starting to come down. First, a little bit light, but now it's coming down a little more steady. You watch him as he has a key, unlocks a padlock, and goes into the stockyard, walks up, leaves the gate open, and you kind of sneak in behind, follow up behind him, hiding behind boxes and crates. You watch as he goes to the back of his wagon, his carriage, and you see this large padlock on the back. And as he starts walking up there, you see him start fiddling with a key in the lock. You see what looks like the whole wagon kind of shift to one side. And you hear like a low growl. And at that point, he puts the lock back. He pulls the key out, and he climbs up a ladder that's on the back of the carriage. Kind of like shimmies across the top of the roof instead. Opens up a flap like a little lid, and he just looks down in there, and he drops the wolf steaks down there, and he goes. You can hear him say, oh, "Here you go, girl. Yeah, eat them up. That's a good girl." And he closes the lid, and he starts making his way back down the ladder. As you duck out of sight, make one more stealth check.
19 plus 7.
You're ridiculous.
26.
And so you watch him come down the ladder, and as he's walking by, you just kind of duck down, and you're hiding behind some crates, and he walks out, locks the door, the gate to this fenced-in area, and then he travels back towards the end. So you're left alone now, in the rain, hiding behind some crates in the stockyard.
So remind me, is there anywhere I can see in? Like, can I see into the wagon?
No, there's no like windows in it or anything.
I have to pick the lock.
The other thing you saw was on top there was a little door on top. Other than that, there was a back door with a lock on it.
Can I attempt to climb up the wagon and peek in the door? Would I see anything?
Yeah, you can like climb up the ladder. I wonder if I could take some cool artwork. I don't know if I can do this.
I'm gonna find out.
It'll be the wolf.
Merry Christmas.
Maybe you do.
You can.
It'd be like feeding
Probably
chicken.
a lion or something.
It'd be like feeding a chicken.
I was honestly trying. I thought maybe it was the monkey
Chicken,
and it
chicken.
matched the tarot card,
Mm,
so I thought it was the guy we were looking for. One of the guys. One of the parts.
Probably could also just ask them.
I know, but it's not as fun.
she wouldn't be a rogue if she just asked.
Exactly. It's supposed to be sneaky.
And John really likes it when you're like, what do you got for yourself? 32?
Yeah, that's
Double proficiency, man. It's great.
all right. I'm going to
But
show you this
you can't
artwork, and I
roll
didn't
less
take a
than a
picture of
10.
it.
I think when we finished with Taurus, I had like plus 12 or something like that to his stealth.
It's ridiculous.
Which helped all the nat ones.
So, for someone that
Help
wants
with the
to
paladin,
forget
have a
about the
stealth
Taurus,
check.
he does an awful lot of talking about the Taurus.
Right?
Not a good,
Something I should be looking at.
pretty
Okay.
crappy picture compared to the
Just with-
picture in the book. But
He had to get it to be able to put up that.
yeah, let me just reconnect it now.
I think it's going to be able to cart.
Yeah, the
put it
picture
in
on
the
here, I
around
could have just held it up too, but
Looks like it jumbled a little more in that one.
it's gonna connect now. But here's
This
a
one is
picture
history.
of the wagon. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
There it is there. Bigger view.
Okay,
for some reason,
that's
it
better.
blurred it up a little bit.
Yeah, it was the first picture I just came across. But oh my god. But yeah, anyway, so that's the wagon. So you climb up the back, up on top. Is that what you were doing?
Sure, yeah.
You're gonna open the little flap.
Yeah, I'm curious.
All right. So you open the top and you look inside there, and you see this massive saber-toothed tiger in there, and it's just laying on the floor of this wagon and it's tearing apart these wolf steaks.
Definitely eat some wolves.
Alright. I'll shut the lid and make my way back.
Alright.
Did we know you followed him, or did you just sneak out?
I don't know. I didn't really sneak out. I just kind of walked out and followed him, but then I
I mean,
sneakily
obviously we
followed
know
him.
you left the building, but
I would think, right?
Yeah, I think you know you.
like,
You
are
guys
we?
I
saw
didn't
her
tell
leave.
you, but
She wasn't
Like
like trying to.
the Orange situation with the road, he just kind of wandered off.
Yeah.
And we eventually found out.
I'm
that-
sure you guys.
Well, I called out. I said I saw something this way.
Oh yeah.
And then
That's right.
wandered that way. You guys might have seen. I was more talking to the bartender, but you guys might have watched like him walk out the door, and then like a minute later, Relina walk out the door. Yeah. But we're in town, so
So it doesn't really matter.
hopefully don't challenge the DM like that.
I'm waiting for the Tarrasque. Let's go. I will dagger it to death.
Yeah, you guys are running out of money. You have stuff to
So far,
Running out of money.
I mean, so far, like if it
How
was
many
in
to begin
Barovia,
with?
that one shop would have been charging
I
100
hooked you
gold
up
a
with
room.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I got 1 gold, which I should probably spend on a room, but you know what? I'm not gonna.
You'll sleep in the street.
I'll sleep on the porch or in the street, yes.
All right, so by this time, you guys are still sitting there eating, maybe small talk. Bertavio comes back inside, says goodnight to you guys as he heads upstairs to his room.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Excellent head.
Then I guess. Did we? Yeah, we saw her walk out the door, so I guess give her a few minutes and.
We're pondering whether we're gonna rescue the wine or not.
Going.
We're going to do it because we need a paycheck.
Yeah.
First, we gotta get Irina safe.
Yeah.
Right,
I
which
mean,
is
In
Father
the morning.
Petrovich, but all of that's important.
Right.
So we're waiting on you to come back.
I'm
Yeah.
waiting on him to tell me what
No,
I'm doing.
a few minutes later, you come back. Unless there's something else you want to do out
No,
there. in the
I
rain.
just wanted to come back to the end.
Yeah, you come back, and what do you do?
I'll walk in. They're all still just
Yeah.
hanging out.
Yep.
So I'll just tell them that I followed Ritavio. I thought maybe he was the monkey man, but he was not. He has a massive saber-tooth tiger in his wagon. So don't mess with the wagon.
Would have been real bad if you picked that lock.
I think you should.
Roll for initiative by yourself.
Yeah. Alright. Well, that time I'm guessing.
Yeah. Ask Irina if she want to talk to Father Petrovich in the morning.
She says, that sounds great. I don't have any other place to go, or I have nobody to talk to, no family now, so the morning lord may have the answers. So with that, you guys all go upstairs, you guys all have rooms, except for Dar.
Dar hits the street.
You're going out to the street.
Dar can come with the ladies if he wants, but there's not a lot of room.
It's assuming Irina says okay to that.
That's true.
I
did
will
buy her room, though,
respectfully
so.
decline.
Okay.
Alright, so where's Dar gonna go then?
Outside.
You're gonna go outside.
Is there a porch there? Oh, on the
Not
outside?
to this place now.
I'm gonna find.
There's the alley though.
I'm gonna hit the alley in the rain.
Alright, that's a shitty, miserable night for Dar.
And
Sleeping in the
and
rain.
eat a ration before I do that.
Such a sad existence. These guys are picking out on beet soup and bread.
Dar doesn't.
Well, he had money.
Dar doesn't.
I gave
need,
him money.
Dar doesn't need a bed. That's not.
Oh, you have money now?
That's not so necessary.
Oh, you gave him
I
money.
did.
I had enough to buy a room, but
I think
I chose not to.
I think like
He's roughing
he
it.
has a few gold. He just won't spend them.
Dar doesn't need that. He doesn't come from
Are
luxury.
you part dragon?
No, I'm part champion. Champions don't need a bed.
Okay. I'm not offering my room.
If I get uncomfortable, I'm gonna try to slide in there if the doors aren't locked and slide in Oren's
Actually,
bedroom.
not Orange shutting the door, and he's gonna prop a
If it
chair underneath
gets
the
that
handle.
uncomfortable.
I'm gonna watch these guys kind of like hang back as I'm going to my room. Make sure they're all going to their rooms, and as soon as I see the door close, he's outside. I'm gonna go back down to the bar, Thunder.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for like a scrap of steak that you're just gonna throw out, or something that's kind of rotten food or something like that.
So he looks at it and he's like, well, seeing as how we're closing up here, you can have this little bit here. I was gonna bring home to give to my starving children, but
I don't want to take good food. This is just for an experiment. I just need like a scrap of fat or something.
here, you can have this little piece. And
That's all I need.
he picks up some from the grill, some scraps.
Alright. And I'm gonna go outside and hopefully not run into Dar, but find like a little shadowy place that nobody can see me.
Okay. Yeah. So you go out and you look down the alley and you see Dara like trying to get comfortable.
I kind of shake my head.
In your ghoul skin cloak.
And it's raining pretty
That's what
pretty
I'm-
hard now at
that's
this
what I'm
point. So
using
you're like,
to keep
okay.
warm.
So you keep going down the road to the next little alleyway you see, and there's some like old crates and broken barrels down and shit like that, but nobody's down there. It's just dark shadows.
Alright, I'm going to go down there, hide behind the crates, and take the little piece, light my finger gloves, and try to at least cook the little piece or something with the flame.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't light your cigarette, so I want to know.
Yeah. So you just sit there and like it's not cooking. The meat is still the same.
I'm going to put it out, take the meat back. Bartender's there, I'm going to hand it back to him, and then go.
He's like, oh, you could have kept this. I don't.
Oh, it's alright. I didn't do anything to it. I was trying to cook it with. But it didn't work.
Oh, peculiar. And he takes it. And he says, well, you have a good night. I'm gonna start cleaning up the inn.
Well, I better do.
Yeah.
And I go to bed.
So you head upstairs.
Dar would have eaten.
You could have,
You
you
could have at
thrown it
least
in the jar.
tossed it down the alley. I would have heard it hit the ground.
So back in your room, Irina, she's probably taking off her breastplate and stuff, and like getting ready for bed. And she's sitting there, and she's asking you. She's like, "So I don't mean to pry, but I was there during the reading with the Vistani woman. She mentioned that you had a vengeance. Have you had a rough life? I mean, I don't mean to judge, but you seem like you have it all together. You're this beautiful, powerful woman, and what has made you so angry?"
I've just had a very rough life, and I've lost a friend. I can't find her.
Oh, that is horrible. I found a rough life myself. I do have to say that I was adopted by the burgomaster. He was not even my father. I don't even know my real parents. I don't remember much of my past. And now that I've lost him and my brother, I feel so alone in this world, and I completely understand what it's like to lose, and to hurt.
We have a very similar path.
I suppose so. I am very glad that I'm here with you, though. Would you like to make out?
No, I wondered if it was that way with these guys.
Roll for it.
Roll persuasion.
Roll for sexy time.
Oh god.
Seduction's a skill.
Maybe I should have
If you
took
are
the
hard.
Maybe I should have.
So you missed out.
Maybe I should have took the invite.
Oh my god. I can't even focus now. You do remind me of my friend Vera that I lost.
Oh, well, tell me about Vera.
Well, her and I were in prison. We had a master that took us from our families.
Imprisoned. It sounds absolutely horrible. But I suppose it's no different than us being imprisoned in Barovia.
But we did escape him. I killed him with my bare hands.
Oh.
That's badass.
Well, I have the utmost respect for you.
You really choking people out.
Again, I say this with all honesty. I'm glad to be here with you. You're a strong woman. I hope someday I could be just a fraction of the strength that you are.
Oh, you are. We'll stick
I don't
together.
know about that. I have this devil that he is stalking me. I wish I could do something about it. and I feel like I am going to put others in danger.
Well, that's what we're here for, to protect you.
I am grateful for that. I owe my life to you.
Nah.
And at that, she gets ready for bed and
Snuggles.
snuggle. I mean, you'll have one bed.
Yeah.
Like war on jetpack you.
Yeah. Anybody else doing anything? Dar, how's the LA treating you?
Ellie's treating me good. Did it stop raining or? Is it
No,
still
it's
raining?
pouring right now. You're like in
I'm
mud.
only
There's
half-
like rats running by you.
I'm only half under the cloak because obviously it only fits half, the upper half of my
Yeah.
body, so my legs are exposed. Rats don't seem to bother Dar either.
Oh, well, that's good. All right. So, are you guys doing anything else? You're going back to bed, or?
Yeah, I'm going to take off my hat, put it on like the little side table or whatever that's next to the bed.
Oh yeah, that was a good choice.
And then lay down and go to bed.
Okay.
Orin's gonna take his gear off, kneel down, say his prayers, and then go to bed.
All right.
With a chair underneath the door.
Just in case. All right. With that, you guys now get your long rest and you level up to 4th level. So what we'll do is we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break.
Oh, if I know we were gonna take a 5-minute break, I wouldn't have got my drink 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, well, we got our 11 o'clock break. Let's take a quick break and then we'll be right back.
Dun-dun-dun.
say, think about it. You're
He likes to rough.
barbarian
He
cat.
likes to rough it.
All right. So it's the next morning. You guys awaken?
When Dar gets up, he cracks his neck. You hear a big.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately for you, Dar, it's still raining. So you wake up and you feel like crap. It's only lightly raining now, like almost sprinkled, but we're cold.
Still been damp all night.
Yeah, cold, damp.
Miserable.
I mean, you're somewhat dry. Half of you is dry underneath the ghoul skin cape that you're wearing.
All I smell
He
is.
slept in a puddle all night.
All I smell is Orin. The death of Orin inside my ghoulskin cloak. I wouldn't think it's wrapped in it.
I was just unconscious.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the rest of you guys wake up. Irina wakes up. She puts her armor back on, grabs her sword, kind of brushes her hair back, ties a little rope around, makes a little ponytail. She's ready to kick some ass today.
Irina level up.
Irina's not leveled up, but she is ready to do some shit.
So she's gonna have 6 HP the entire campaign.
So what are you guys doing?
I'll go down. Oh, go ahead.
Is the inn open?
Yep, the inn's open.
I'm gonna go inside and wait for everyone else to come down, assuming that they're waking up when I wake up. And if they're not,
Well, what time do you get up?
I get up as soon as it gets light out.
Oh, so you're up.
The crack of light, maybe even a little before.
No, you're up. It's like 6 a.m. These guys are probably sleeping in nice, comfy beds. They've all had a belly full of wine and
Good food.
good food.
I'm miserable, hungry, thirsty.
You had a ration though,
I did.
so you
have
had a little
ration.
bit of like old bread, some crackers.
Some grain.
Some grain.
Very, very poor
I
man's.
think it says something like there's hardtack, like maybe jerky and like mixed nuts and shit.
Not his. His is grain.
It's just raw, uncooked grain.
It's like mud pie, like literally.
He's eating oats like a horse. Crunch, crunch. Is that your teeth or the oats? Not sure.
All right. So he's up. He's pacing around outside, waiting for you guys to get up.
I would assume if Irina got up, it would wake me up, so I would start getting ready.
Your snuffle buddy.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Irina's up. She's up pretty early. And she's used to living in Village Barovia, where every minute you have to worry about being murdered.
Probably want to make as much of the daylight as you can.
Yeah.
I wonder if she appreciates somebody being next to her at night. If she's in fear of dying
Probably.
every minute.
So she gets up. You're up then. And she heads downstairs.
I'll probably get up a little after dawn. Wake up, say my morning prayers, and put my gear on and go
Okay.
downstairs.
This is first comfortable bed Connor's been in since he slept.
So he's
home.
sleeping in.
Oh, he's just out snoring. You can hear him upstairs from upstairs.
So these guys go down. I mean, she goes down and she sits at the table and they have a complimentary breakfast, which is literally just some bread and some leftover beet soup. But still, it's breakfast. They even have water on the house. So she's sitting down there eating. Are you eating breakfast?
I'll eat with her,
You
yeah.
guys are all eating breakfast. Well, Dar, at this point, you look through the windows and you see them sitting there. So you enter the tavern or enter the inn. Connor's still upstairs sleeping.
I walk in and ask immediately, "Where's Connor?" Because I think we need to go rescue the guy's wine.
We gotta go to the church first. And then as a snore rips through, I'm just gonna point at it.
You want to go get him?
As he's soaking wet.
Oh, tromp up the stairs and try to locate Connor's door and just knock on it very, very loudly.
Thank God you don't got a hangover.
Right. I only had a glass or two of wine.
But it was good stuff. It was good stuff.
I jerk away. Oh, what?
Time to go. And then I just turn around, go back down the stairs, wait for no response.
In the meantime, you look and there's like muddy footprints that lead all the way upstairs.
From me.
From you.
And as I'm walking back, I peek in where someone else was sleeping, and I'm tempted to go in there and lay in a comfy bed. But I don't, but I think about it.
Look at Connor coming downstairs with, where's the asshole?
I get up, I brush off my hat, and put that back on.
Put your fancy hat on. Head downstairs. You see everybody's eating breakfast. I'm assuming you're gonna eat some breakfast.
Yep. Not a morning person.
Okay. Dar, what are you gonna do at this point? Watching everybody sit around and eat breakfast. Irina offers you a piece of bread.
Is it good bread? Like fresh bread?
She's like, it's very good. You probably would like some. Would you like some?
I act like I don't, but I take it and turn and devour it. Just stuff it in my mouth, but I try not to let anyone. I try to look like a gentleman.
I think you're going to need your strength if we're going on a quest to investigate this winery.
I just agree as I'm chewing the bread.
Little cheeks popped out.
Yep. Kind of nod.
All right. So yeah, you guys all finish up. What's the plan?
Find the Burgomeister of this
Or
town.
the church.
Let's go to the church first. We'll do the Burgomeister another time,
Okay.
maybe. And then go to the wine, maybe.
What are we going to see the Burgomaster for?
I don't know.
We were going to, because we figured he owns this, well, not owns, but
He's the mayor,
he's
basically.
the mayor, he's in charge of the town, so we were going to take Irina there to see if he could help protect her, but then somebody, the carnival master sent us to, he said, no, check with the church, so we're going to head to the church, leave Irina in his care, and then off to the winery we go. Assuming something else to happen or come up.
The one father had his son in the basement.
That was Donovan.
Yeah. Okay. So if he's willing to do that, why wouldn't this one be as messed up? Is she going to be safe now?
That's a good point.
Is she safe from us?
Looks like that. Yeah, I think she's fine.
The way Dar thinks of it, she has a sword, she has armor.
She's good.
I think she should go with us.
No.
You don't think so?
No, she should stay in the town.
Well, let's at least scope the church out.
Well, I gotta go there anyway, so let's go.
Alright, so you guys leave the Blue Water Inn. You head west, out of town. As you guys are like finishing up breakfast, you start heading out. The sun comes out a little bit. It stops raining. It feels warm on your skin. Feels not too bad. Feels like a good day again. You start heading to the west, and yeah, you see this slouching, centuries-old stone church, similar to the church that was in Barovia Village, but this one's in a little bit better shape. The other one's a little bit more rundown, but it's still old. It has a steeple, a bulging steeple in the back, and its walls are kind of cracked. It shows its age, but it still has its stained glass windows that are all intact. In them, there was a beautiful artwork of these of saints. You see a fence of wrought iron encloses a garden of gravestones next to the church. Again, similar to Barovia church or graveyard. You do see a thin mist kind of just creeps along the graves. The morning mist. Yeah. So you guys go into the church. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you go into the church and you see a man who's he's sweeping up between some of the pews. This guy is a little bit younger than Father Donovich. He's sweeping up between the pews as he hears the door open up, and he turns to look at you guys, and he's like, "Oh, new parishioners, welcome. Come in, please, come in."
What's the state of the inside?
This place looks used, like it's regularly used. It doesn't look as abandoned as the other one. This one, it smells somewhat good. It's clean. You see him cleaning up. It's in relatively good shape. It's basically the same design, a bunch of pews, an altar at the end, big steeple. The steeple's in the back instead of in the front, the bell tower. But looks like a working church. Nobody's in there except for him. But
Anyone's clearing out, Father, please?
it's pretty quiet. But he looks at you with a big smile. He's a younger guy. He's like, "Please come in. What can I do for you?"
Can I just come sit down in one of the pews near them?
Sure.
Being that I have no business there personally,
Yeah, you go sit down. And
other than I'm with
Close.
my crew.
I'm gonna hang back with Irina and kind of let them feel them out.
How long have you been the father of this church?
I've been here for a few years now.
Seem a little young for. Is it just you?
How about some introductions? I'm Father Petrovich.
You alright?
You can call me Lucian. And
I am Warren Brayboard.
I see you're a cleric.
Yes, I follow Kellenborg.
Very interesting. I don't know of Kellenborg.
Let me tell you about him. I need to roll a D100 for how many hours he's about to go off. No, I'm kidding. Let me write down his name.
I'm Connor.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And you're sitting in the back, kind of standoffish with the old Dar.
Well, I'm up near him.
Oh,
I introduce myself to him
all right.
and hold my fist out for a fist bump.
And he just bumps you back. Yeah. So what can I do for you?
How many, does everyone in Barovia worship the Morning Lord?
Yes, yeah, Morning Lord. And I have nightly sermons, and people come here to pray and take shelter. And I try to help them with their fear.
Fear of what?
Barovia in general?
Certain death, and
Dismemberment, undead.
we have nightly congregations and prayers. You're all more than welcome to attend.
What frightened said that?
With, of course, the promise of St. Andrew's protection.
Who's St. Andrew?
He was just a saint, a follower of the morning Lord. But I do have to say that these days are a little more scary. As he says that, you kind of notice like behind him, where he's sweeping up, you see like a broken floorboard. It's near the altar. And he kind of like motions over there. It's like, yeah. Recently, somebody broke in here and they stole the bones of St. Andrew. They were buried beneath this altar, making this hallowed ground. So I'm not telling the parishioners, but I feel that this place isn't as safe as it should be.
Do you have, when did this happen?
2 nights ago.
Any suspects?
Nobody knew about it. Just I was the only one that knows where the bones are, and I only have an altar boy that helps me out around here.
Would he know that they're there? Did you mention it and just passing?
I don't know. I mean, Yeska might know. I suppose. He was around. I may have mentioned it, but he does assist me with a lot, and sometimes I just ramble about things a lot, and maybe But I don't think he would do it. He was just a boy. You know, for what reason did he have to dig up, you know, sacred bones beneath the church? I think that's
How
just
old
insane.
is this boy?
He's only 8 years old. He's just a boy.
Where was St. Andrew buried?
Right here. It shows you the spot where like the floorboards. He kind of like half-ass put them back together. There's a small compartment under the altar here, where his bones were laid to rest to sanctify this church.
Where is the boy?
Well, he's not going to be here for another hour or so, but I'm assuming he's home with his parents.
Any idea who would want to steal them?
I honestly don't know. The Devil Strahd, perhaps?
That was my guess.
Can he touch hallowed bones?
Would assume not. This is... I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't know what to tell the parishioners. I can't have them come here and you know...
Would my character know what hallowed ground means?
Yeah.
So like at least I would think that means like no undead could go near.
Right, no undead can cross this the plane of the church.
Would my character think Strahd's too powerful for that to work?
I don't know. I mean, from what you saw, maybe. I mean, that's more of a you judgment thing, or an Orin. I mean, you saw him fly away. You saw the power that this guy had, but
What's a name on it? He stole it, but he also has agents galore. How many people come in here at night?
On average, there's a good 12 people. Adults, men, women, children. They come in here for our nightly congregations.
Does anyone stay the night?
No. No, I usually return home myself.
Good answer. Dar would be sleeping up in there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what changes now that the bones are gone?
It's no longer hallowed ground.
It's no longer a safe place for.
May I take a look inside the fresh secret place?
Sure. And so he walks you over to the altar and pulls up a couple of the broken floorboards, and you look down, and there's just like a small compartment. It's only like I don't know. It's not very large.
2 foot by 2 foot.
Yeah,
Like
it's
that.
just like a little crypt.
Do I notice anything off, like if something got left behind or anything like that?
Let me see. Actually, I take it back. It's a 10-foot by 5-foot.
Oh, so
Chamber.
it was an actual like sarcophagus.
Like a sarcophagus underneath the altar.
So was it buried underneath the altar, or just like sort of hidden underneath?
It's just
it?
hidden under there, yeah.
Okay.
In like a little crypt, yeah.
How heavy was the does the lid look like it took some ass to move?
It looks like I mean it's a thin. It doesn't look like it would require that much force, I guess you'd say.
Gotcha. Anything broken about it?
It doesn't look broken. No.
Like the kid could have potentially opened it. It seems like.
It might have been hard for an 8-year-old. Put it that way.
Is there anything like left behind? Marks?
Nothing left behind. The bones are gone.
Well, I'm at a loss for where the bones are. We'll obviously look around and see what we can see on that. 2 reasons why we're actually coming here. We need to find a place for Irina to be safe, where she can stay and be protected. And I need to know if you know about any faceless god.
Oh, I don't know about any faceless god.
You have books on gods.
This is a very dark realm, and I've heard rumors of horrible things to the west, deep in the mountains, a strange sanctuary of evil. Rumored to have books there.
Or would Orin thinks back, would he have read anything about a faceless god?
I'd make a religion check.
Did you get out a blood red die?
I pulled out all my d20s. 4.
Yeah,
That's why that one got chucked.
So this one was a 6.
That would be just tossing it. So.
Yeah, it's lost too.
Alright. Oh, I was looking at my spells, see what I had. Nothing really.
Earlier when we had the tarot card read, I wasn't able to write all the notes down. But wasn't there, with the traitor card, better understand the enemy looking for a wealthy woman and it had something to do with bones?
Yeah, it was buried with an ancient enemy. Something like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna, at some point this weekend, I'll re-listen to the beginning and actually write all
I
that
can
down.
just, I'll send it to you guys. I'll give you guys the stuff. Because I know it's a lot to write down.
Well, I remember things better if I actually write them
Yeah.
down. That's why, like, when you said, I forgot his name already, but Arendelle, like, when you said his name, I was like, I've heard that name. Where is it? I'm gonna try to go search through the notes. And I assume he swept the floor since then, so there's no, like, footprints or anything like
Yeah,
that.
so it's pretty clean. He tried to, like, make it all seem like it's all good.
Well, did we make any headway with her leaving her here or whatever?
Not
Not yet.
If you like, Irina, you can stay here. It's up to you. I have extra rooms here. You can stay in one of the rooms, in one of the studies. But
Is she technically safe there though?
No.
So,
Alex
Just-
Bones was there.
She's just as safe
with us.
with us.
We could have left her at the end.
Or
in
at
the
the
room,
end.
in the room at the end.
Lock and bolt and board the door shut.
I mean, at least at the end, she's got food and
Drink.
yeah.
Would it be possible if we did go to the Burgermeister guy, maybe he would know the father or
He-
brother for
I would
that
think
matter?
he would know Irene, wouldn't he? Wouldn't you think?
Maybe, and maybe him and the guards could protect her.
How often do burgomasters travel between towns? Doubt very much.
no, Irina's never even traveled to Vallaki before. 'Cause
He
they're
might
all
have
too
heard
scared.
of Irina, but I don't think he's ever like met her or family or anything.
Yeah, so any girl can technically be Irina to him.
So,
Does she have an opinion on
Father
this?
Petrovich just looks at you guys and he's like, well, it seems like this is something that maybe you guys could help me out with, especially you're a cleric of Pelmore. This seems right up your alley. If I were you, I would talk to Yeska. I mean, I do know that he hangs out with the grave digger, Milovaj, that he never steps foot in the church, but
Cool, Milva.
I suppose it could be him, but I don't want to point fingers.
How old is Milovaj?
He's probably 16, maybe 15 years old.
He's the one that never steps in the church.
He's a temperamental lad. I don't push him too much. And I don't want to upset him, and I don't want rumors to get spread around. I don't want the burgomaster to hear about it. So I don't want any of the bad news to upset the burgomaster's festival coming up. Have you heard of the festival of the Blazing Sun?
Yes.
Does the Morning Lord have anything to do with it?
The festival of the Blazing Sun?
Yeah.
Well, the townsfolk have created a giant wicker sun which they're gonna cover in oil and light in the town square, in hopes to help keep the darkness away.
Good time for service for the morning lord.
I suppose so. The burgomaster, he's sure that keeping us happy is the best way to keep Strahd away.
Keeping the church happy?
Everybody happy.
Everybody happy?
It's actually illegal to be unhappy here.
I just mumbled to myself, you should have seen me in the alley last night.
Luckily a guard didn't find you.
But please don't let the burgomaster know. I mean, I don't want to draw any attention to this.
So then, Lilith wouldn't know of the acolyte unless Jessica told him.
Yeah, Milovage probably doesn't know much unless Jessica said something, but I don't know. He may have. I mean, he's only a boy. He's only a child. I probably shouldn't have said anything, but I don't remember. Perhaps in my passing I might have told him not to be afraid because St. Andrew's bones are here protecting us all. I don't remember. So this could be all my fault, I suppose. Regardless, we have to find these bones. This needs to be a safe place for the people of Vallaki.
So you want us to find the bones, but also not let anybody know that we're looking for the bones?
Exactly. And if Irina wants to stay here, she's more than welcome to.
Dar doesn't think that's a good idea.
I guess essentially it's up to her, but yeah, I'll give the opinion that at least until the bones are found, she's better off with us.
And she looks over and she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine with whatever you think we should do."
Alright, let's go. You know where Milovich lives?
He's like, Milovage. Yeah, he takes care of his brother and sister. Just a small hovel just on the road. His parents passed away, so he takes care of both the kids. You can't miss the house. It's a brownish red color house with black shutters. Just down the road. You can't miss it.
Is that where we're off to?
It's already here in town. It's what, like a couple hours past dawn?
Yeah, you guys got up at like 6 a.m. You're on the road by 8 o'clock probably.
Yeah, you said it's like it's just literally.
It's a couple miles. It's only a couple miles to the
so-
winery.
Connor says we should do the winery first. Get the shipment done.
Probably
Is
because
them-
that's out of the town, right?
Well, then we have a place to stay,
Right.
and we get a paycheck.
And isn't it out of the town? So we want to be back well before nighttime. Otherwise, we're going to be paying guards again and dealing with all that.
So if we leave first thing in the morning, which we are, we have a good chance of finishing that and being back before nightfall. And then during the nighttime, we can go talk to somebody in town. Doesn't mean we have to be inside. It just means we have to be inside the walls.
Right.
Well, maybe if we're gonna leave the walls now, right?
Mhm.
Maybe we can tell the guards that we're coming back.
That's a good idea.
That way they don't give us shit when we come back like they did last time.
So
I'm looking over to Batoris
I guess
for.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't, or I'm not sure if the guards will give two shits, but they might.
Better than us leaving and coming back at night and bring,
Hopefully that's. You
Unless
didn't lie to us. It's only a couple miles down the road.
unless you're ponying up gold to get us back
Well,
in.
if we get to a gate and there's a guard, how about we ask? Or we say, hey, we'll be right back if we're not back by night.
What's the magic word?
Yeah,
There's
what's
gotta-
the password?
There's got to be a password.
And then we'll just keep going. And if not, then we'll just go and hope we're back.
So, quick question. During that reading for the trader card, it said something about the merchant of wines.
The Wizard of Wines? where the treasure hides, I think.
It could apply to either his father or himself.
Either or. So there you go.
So where we leave Vallaki and we never come back. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Since it's only a couple miles down the road, it's not like we got to travel a half a day or a day or anything like that. So, fine with that. So we should be back. I guess best case scenario, mid morning.
I would assume mid-afternoon.
Providing everything goes well.
Yeah. So
The other question Dar wants to whisper to Orin is, do we trust this guy?
the priest.
Yep.
Absolutely. How can you not trust a priest? Come on, man. What
Just
priest
ask-
has lied to you?
Just asking, that's all. I just think it's weird that everybody wants us to do something for him.
Welcome to the life of adventure.
I'm an adventurer. I'm a champion.
How do you think you become a champion? By doing things for people.
I became a champion by doing things for myself, not for other people. Sounds a little self-centered, doesn't it? Just a little bit.
It is what it is.
Alright, let's roll.
Alright. Is there a collection plate?
Of course there is.
As we leave, I'll drop a gold piece in there.
Okay. What are you down to on gold?
I'll snatch that gold piece right up out of there.
Shit, I need.
You're not giving away free gold.
You're not.
You're not giving away gold to the church. You can't stop me. I gotta pull my muscle card.
Absolutely not.
So you threw out your gold.
Well,
Technically, I threw it out on him.
I couldn't find it on my sheet, so I ended up writing it down.
I'll take the whole fucking plate and everything. And the bones one.
I thought you were a hero.
I am a hero. But I can't see him denying to give his boy gold, but yet give it to some strange guy that I don't.
See, I just was under the impression that Dara doesn't need material things. He doesn't need gold. He's self-sufficient.
He's a fallen hero.
Yeah, that's what it seems like now, I guess.
Felt real hard too, and far. I'm down to 5 gold.
Oh, must be nice.
Money bags.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so you guys are leaving the church then. You dropped the gold in there?
Yes.
Dara, are you trying to take the money back out?
No, as much as I want to, I just shake my head at him like moron. Box of rocks.
Box of rocks.
I hold my hand out low to get my fist bumped from the priest. Gotta show love to the church. I'm not gonna give him gold.
Punched you back.
I gotta give him a little love.
Okay.
But Dar also doesn't understand religion because he thinks he's a god. So
Wait, is this Yuri or are we talking about
no, this
Dar?
is Dar.
Oh.
Yuri just thought he was an emperor of the entire world.
Yuri was the emperor.
No, Yuri is the emperor.
Still is the emperor.
Yuri's not dead yet.
Emperor of the Travelers Guild too.
Alright, so you guys are doing what now?
We're leaving town to go to the winery.
Okay. So
With Irina.
you start heading out of town to the west. You make your way to the western gate, which they actually call the western gate.
Original.
Yep.
Are the guards there?
Actually, they call it what do they call it? They don't call it the western. They call it the sunset gate. That's what they call it.
A little sad with Western Gate.
But none of them actually ever see a sunset in Barovia because there's never really that much of a different. You know, you don't see the sun going down. You barely see the sun. Yeah, sunset gate. Sorry, what was that?
Are there guards
Yep.
in your mind?
There's guards. They're standing out. The gates are open. You know, people are free to go, and they're just standing there at their post.
Can we ask them, tell them we're leaving, and ask if it's dark? Can we come back in?
Yeah, you go ahead and tell them. And they said, "Well, we probably won't be on shift by then."
Is there a password or something to let you know we're safe?
Billy, can you believe this guy? A password? No, there's no password.
Well, how do we get back in?
You come back before nighttime. Everybody knows that.
Fair enough. Then Dar drops the "I'll be back" before we leave.
Alright, so you guys start heading west out of Vallaki, back onto the old Vallaki road.
Do we know how far the winery is?
It's like a couple hours down the road, or like it's
Oh, I
actually
thought that-
miles.
it was a couple miles.
Couple miles,
So
so
yeah,
yeah.
should
So-
take like a half hour to reach.
Yeah,
it.
it's
So
like
as-
an hour at the
As
most.
long as there's not miles of caves that we have to clear underneath the winery, we should be back before dark.
As long as it doesn't turn into the death house.
Oh, it shouldn't. It should just be going on the road. There's a car on the side of the road, a couple dead bodies.
Yeah.
Who
Bring
knows?
the car back, we'll be fine.
Yeah, the wagon could be
I was talking to
there.
I think it was Viscosi about Baldur's Gate 3, and there were some of the areas in there. I'm like, do you know how many hours it would take to build an underground dungeon this big, with all the chiseled stonework and all that?
Mhm.
Must be nice to be a ancient wizard.
Alright, so anyway, so you guys start heading west out of town, and you come across the road comes to an X or intersection with branches to the northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. So it's like a T in the road. The lower half of a snapped wooden signpost thrusts upward at an angle near the eastern elbow of the intersection. The top half of the sign, featuring arms pointing in four directions, lies in the weeds nearby. So the signpost is broken off. There's four directions to go.
We're never gonna make it back.
If we were to grab it, can we like kind of piece together how it might have gone together?
Yeah, so yeah, you grab the thing, put it up on there, and piece it together, and you see that it makes sense that the Wizard of Wine is the road to the west.
Dar stands there highly impressed at whoever did this because his intelligence is
You see actually, sorry, it says the arms indicate Krezik to the west, Solinka Pass to the southwest, Lake Baratok to the northwest, Vallaki and Ravenloft to the northeast.
Can you hear it one more time?
Alright. So to the west is Krezik. To the southwest is Solinka Pass. It's TS Solinka Pass. And then to the north is Lake Baratok. And then east is where you came from, which is Vallaki and Ravenloft, which you know is Strahd's castle. And then to the south is Berez.
So, do we know where the wine is coming from? Did he say?
We see it from here, or not really?
No, it's a few miles. But this the road to the west, that points toward Krezik, is fairly flat and level.
Have I seen any sign of like cart tracks or anything?
Yeah, you do see wagon tracks that are heading to the west.
Just go west.
On the walk there, I'll also keep an eye out and see if there's any like where it looks like a wagon might have went off road. Assuming, I don't know, is it all wooded through here?
Yeah, the woods press up pretty tight. I mean, where you guys are at in the intersection is an open clearing. But you look to the south, north, like all roads are all surrounded by forest. It's especially dense the way you're headed to the west and to the north. The south, it looks a little more clear. It follows along a river. You guys, where the crossroads is, you just cross over a small bridge that crosses over a river that heads to the south. But yeah, most of the traffic, wagon tracks, looks like they head to the west towards Krezik.
So west we go, it sounds like.
Alright. So you keep heading west, a few more miles through the forest. It comes to another T. So the road keeps traveling it keeps going to the west, but now there's another branch that leads to the south. This one looks a little bit less traveled, but there's a branch that leads to the south. That's all I'll say. That's all. There's no sign there or anything. The road keeps traveling to the west. You want to keep traveling to the west?
Where the wagon tracks head.
To the west.
Keep following them.
Yep.
All right. You keep following the tracks to the west, and you come to yet another crossroads. And so you see a weather-worn signpost next to the road. The three arms of the signpost, along with three branches of the road. The arm pointing north reads Kresik, and through the woods you can see an arching stone bridge spanning a river. The arm pointing east reads Vallaki, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. The arm pointing to the south reads the Wizard of Wines. The road slopes gently downward in that direction.
To the south.
Someone needs to
Do
hit
the tracks still go that? Are the tracks going south?
Yeah, you see a lot more tracks going west towards Kresik, but there's wagon tracks to the south. Okay.
Who needs to go to the Wizard of Wines?
We do.
Us?
All of us do?
Yeah.
But we don't want to get sidetracked from our mission now, right?
That is our mission.
It is?
Yeah, we're trying to find the wine cart.
Then when we get back to town, it's find the bones of St. Andrew.
Those are our two main objectives. And once we find the bones, we'll be safe to stay there.
I think our main objective is to break the curse. But right now, we have no leads on it, so.
Alright. So you guys keep heading on west then, following that road, and the southwest of the road to Wizards of the Lions then?
Yep.
Alright. So you make your way. Now it's been probably 2 hours, probably it's about 10 o'clock in the morning. After about a half mile or so, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, descending gradually until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. The trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A wooden signpost at that intersection points west and reads Vineyard. Jack, which way are you guys going? Dark woods, or are you going to the vineyard?
Vineyard?
Vineyard.
Okay, just had to throw that out there.
All I know is I hate the road system here in Barovia.
There's a lot of
It's
roads
annoying.
on this side of the The other side was a little bit more simple. This way there's a lot more shit going on to explore. Hopefully writing down some of these directions. So as you guys start heading toward the vineyard, a light drizzle begins to fall. Yet again, unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirts north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south towards a stately building. As you look through the fog, it takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there, you see rope-handled half barrels used for hauling grapes that are kind of in the rows of the grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man standing there wearing a dark cloak and a cowl stands at the edge of the trees, and he's motioning you guys over. This is like on the edge of the vineyard.
Like to come towards him?
Yeah, up in the distance at this point, you can see up on top of the hill the winery. You guys are at the base. Around the winery is the vineyards, and just in the mist, you see this guy standing on the edge of the rows of vines, and he's motioning. He's wearing a cloak. You can't see his face, and he's just motioning you guys to come over.
Because that's not suspicious. You going?
I'll head over towards him. I don't feel threatened. Do you?
Not with your confidence.
That's what I like to hear. Sure you didn't need to go. I got written here, the Wizard of Wines, the treasure hides.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with getting the wine from the sky, right?
I mean, there might be a treasure here that we can find. If you want to take that literally.
I think your tar doesn't have a shovel.
I have a shovel.
Oh, I don't have mine.
Ooh. I was gonna buy one, but he wanted way too much money.
Oh, you didn't have 20 gold? Oh.
Oh, he did.
No, he doesn't.
All right, so you guys, who's approaching this guy? Dar.
I'm approaching him.
We're all approaching them, but at different intervals. Guards first.
All right, so Dar, as you approach this guy, he asks you, "What are you doing here?"
Looking for wine, I tell him.
I wouldn't go up to the winery if I were you.
How come?
It's overrun. The druids.
Is that why the wine shipment is held up?
And at that point, also you see about 9 other figures start coming out of the rows of vines that kind of surround you. You see other cloaked individuals, very similar dress, these dark cloaks. Some of them have weapons at the ready, and they kind of all surround you, and they're like, "What are you here for exactly?"
We're here for the wine shipment.
No wine's coming out of here. Evil druids have taken over the winery. I suggest you turn back.
How do we know they're evil?
You're not there. It's on dark.
Oh, sorry.
I take a couple steps back, put my hand on the handle of Epididymis, and look back for these guys.
Yeah, and they're probably about like 60 feet behind you. So
I mean, there's more than the one dude.
yeah, you
I would
guys
think we would
you guys see
start
all
coming
these
in,
people
right?
coming out with
Yeah,
weapons.
I'll start walking forward. Put a shield on my arm.
All right, so as that happens, as they start looking at you guys coming out, they all draw their weapons and they're kind of like pulling up bows at you, and they're like, "I wouldn't go any further if I were you, friends."
So can we talk to him now as well?
Yeah, you're up close enough.
So can we ask, who are you guys?
We're the Mardukov family.
Ah, that's who we're looking for. Your son
Oh.
sent us.
Oh, that's strange. It's not my son. It's my cousin. So
Oh, I see.
is he?
I get it.
He's a younger
A
guy.
relative, yes.
Yeah. No, I take it back. This is an old man, but it's not his dad. Is it his dad? Oh, no.
Guess we can tell him
I may be
we
wrong
were
about
sent
that.
by a Mardukov.
Well, regardless, he's a family member. You're who we're looking for.
Oh, it is his dad. You're right. You're right. Good call on that one.
So many names and everything, even the DM's confused.
Yeah. Well, I didn't read this chapter, so.
That'll teach you.
Yeah. So he says, "All right. Well, that's interesting." And he reaches his hand out to shake your hand, and he tells you, "My name is Davian Mardukov."
It's nice to meet you, Davian. So what happened here? When did they take over?
Well, a couple weeks ago, these evil druids came in with these hideous creatures. They ran us out of the out of the vineyard. The winery is completely taken over by them. There's 3 barrels of wine at the loading dock, plus another 3 barrels and several wine bottles still left in the cellar. There's more fermenting. We can't access any of it. We gotta clear this place out if we want to get in there and take the winery back. And at this point, as they're talking to you, you see, out of, like in the mist, a bunch of like children and stuff start coming out too.
So like the entire clan.
Yeah, like the whole family and everybody that lives in the winery, they all kind of like went out and they're hiding out in the woods.
What beasts did they bring?
Strange creatures of the forest. Hideous looking creatures with spikes and needles and twigs all over them, like forest creatures.
Did they say anything?
They don't talk. And then the druids, they just took over and started massacring people.
So, is there anything we can do to help to get so we can get the shipment of wine,
You can clear out the winery for us.
and then we'll be able to get our shipment?
We are not fighters. We are simple people, simple folks. We have weapons, but none of us are
You could have fooled me.
none of us are trained adventurers. We can't take on these creatures.
What's the size of the force in there?
We counted at least 30 or so of the smaller creatures. Only a handful of the druids that are controlling these things, but we lost a lot of good workers, a lot of good people in there. We had to take shelter in these woods, so it all happened so fast.
They attack during the day or at night?
During the day.
Cool. So they'll be up when we attack. Let's go.
A lot of creatures.
Yeah, so up on the hill, you guys see the winery.
I was about to ask, can we get a layout? Do we see any movement?
Is there like a stealthy way in?
So he tells you that there's a door, there's a main door on the front. You have a side door, then there's a loading bay in the back.
Where did they seem to be?
When you just said there's 20 small creatures, you're about to get a lot of questions. You can't plan an assault without lots of questions.
The creatures are all surrounding, all over the outside. Inside, the druids have taken over the brewing vats. Upstairs on the second floor, the ground floor, they've taken over. They have the entire compound.
So it doesn't appear that there's a way that we could sneak in with undetected.
Possibly the easiest way in would be the loading bay in the back. This is where there's already a shipment back there of barrels. You might be able to have an easier way in.
Could you excuse us for a second? And I turn around
Sure.
and quietly say, well, we could either clear it out or we could say fuck these guys and go back and we don't get a free room and who gives a shit.
Are we? Because I don't sleep in alleyways.
Oh. True.
Can we see the winery from where we're standing?
Yeah, you can see the winery. It's like stone walls. You can see it has a couple. Almost looks like a fortress, but not. It has like these parapets on the outside. Where there's like a stairwell leading up, and it looks like maybe at one point it might have been like a fortified mansion that's kind of converted into a winery.
Can I see any other creatures?
You don't see anything from outside. From where you guys are at down in the vineyard itself, you see nothing.
No movement.
Especially because it's really, again, there's all mist through the vineyard, and the winery is just kind of like just at the top of the hill. You don't see any movement, nothing outside. You guys are facing the front of it, main road leading right up to the front doors. You do notice that like your walls are covered in thick ivy.
How tall is it? Like stories?
Yeah, it's 2 stories. And just along the side, you can see what looks like the opening of the loading bay.
There we go.
And there's what, 3? So what was the significance of him telling us where all the wine is in there? Doesn't matter because we want to clear it,
So we know.
and then they're gonna give it to us.
In theory, probably if you want, like if someone was stronger, I don't know how big these casks are. How big are they?
Well, they're on a cart, right?
There's some already on a wagon that's in the
Yeah.
loading. There's a wagon in the bay with barrels on it. There's also barrels that you can kind of,
There's no force.
yeah, you can just kind of make out that there is some barrels in there. And he told you that there's barrels last I know, there were barrels in the loading bay. There were some. I forget where else he said they were.
3 in the basement. 3 barrels. In
Yeah,
the basement.
there's vats in the basement. Like
Fermenting, right?
yeah, there's a lot. So there's wine ready. There's wine in this place. So you need to get rid of the creatures. That way you can get the wine out of there.
So we can go clear it out, or we could go steal the wagon of wine. And
You gotta go.
I'm not gonna say steal.
You gotta find a horse.
We don't need a horse. We have a dart.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
You're gonna pull a wagon full of wine.
Absolutely.
It's on wheels.
You're gonna get stuck with this shitty thing.
Can I ask him, how do you pull the wagons usually?
Horses.
Where's your horses?
And the horses are in the stable that are around the left side. So you can just see where the thing is, building is positioned. Just on the left hand side of the loading bay, you see a couple of like barn doors. And he kind of points up. He's like, around there.
If we clear out the winery, are you gonna give us horses to deliver the wine to your son?
We'll probably be able to.
Or will they be able to deliver it?
If you clear out the winery, we can get back to business, and the wine will be flowing through Barovia again.
Will you give us a ride back to the town? Perhaps?
Certainly.
So we can get there before
The
dark.
Mardikovs will pay you. We have money. We can pay you handsomely for helping us.
Loading dock it is.
Well, we could also, depending on how thick the ivy is, it runs up by the windows.
Up the sides of the building.
Climb up.
Well, tell your
Attack
people to
from
back
the top
off
down.
too. You gotta tell your people to back off before we go up there, right? Because they are out there with their weapons drawn.
They're out in the vineyard with you right now. They're
I would
surrounding
think
you.
they would have calmed down.
Maybe
though,
they all
right?
put their
Because
weapons down. Yeah, you guys
yeah.
are talking and having a civil conversation.
Not to
They're
mention-
trying to get you guys to help them take their winery back.
Also, it takes a lot of strength to pull back a bow, and you're not gonna have the stamina to hold it for long before. Oh shit!
Sorry,
bow.
Darwin.
A bow. I don't have a bow.
No,
they did.
they
I
did.
was gonna say
They
I have,
did, but
I
they
have
all calmed down
javelins.
as you started.
I have javelins.
I would hope during that conversation they calmed down.
Yeah.
So-
sir, can we stand down?
Are we doing this? If we're doing this, I'm gonna turn around and draw my sword out and start heading up towards the winery.
He was trying to determine whether we should climb up top or just, I don't know, I mentioned the loading bay just because.
Oh, that's not necessary. Dart busts right in the front door,
All right, so Dar starts
or
marching his way
the
up
loading
the
dock, either or.
Dar, as soon as you start marching up the hill, all of you guys start seeing from out from the vineyard and out from around the perimeter of this place. It looks like situated. Sorry, I'm bringing the wrong thing. You hear the rustle of dead vines, and from all around you, inhuman shapes start emerging from the vineyard. Their limbs cracking as they trudge forth through the mist and through the rain. About 30 of these creatures start emerging from the vines and start enclosing. They're about 120 feet away. They start closing in on you guys.
I veer back at Orin and just mumble, "This is your fault."
No.
And that's where we're going to end the session
Oh.
for next time.
You
Your
are
fault.
getting the most disappointed dad look you've ever gotten in your life.
Your fault for trusting everybody.
You trusting who?
The priest.
What does the priest have to
We
do with
shouldn't
this? Not a
We
thing.
shouldn't even be there in the first place.
What are you, dude? Are you? Is your shit laced?
No, I'm saying we shouldn't even be at the winery in the first place. We're there to help the bartender.
Yes.